Ho ho ho, Merry Christmas, boys, girls, and everybody else in between. My surveillance elves have reported back to me that all of you belong on the naughty list this year. But I have a sweet deal going with the fossil fuels industry right now, so instead of stuffing your stockings with coal this year, I've decided to force you to watch the worst Christmas movies I could possibly find on Tubi instead. Tubi is kind of like the digital equivalent of the dollar DVD bin, where cinematic classics and cinematic catastrophes all kind of mingle together in a big, disorganized pile. On Tubi, you can find multi-million-dollar blockbusters listed right next to movies with budgets as low as 3 crinkled dollar bills and a Chuck E. Cheese token. Hey, remember those? When it comes to Christmas movies, Tubi gives you real variety. You can get a Christmas with snow, you can get a Christmas without snow. I had 3 very important criteria for a terrible Tubi Christmas movie. It had to be weird, it had to be low budget, and it actually had to kind of be about Christmas. This ended up being more difficult than I thought. For instance, I was psyched when I saw the cover of A Christmas Twister, but was super disappointed to find out that it was actually just a movie about a tornado that happened to occur in December, and not about a scenario where Santa Claus and his reindeer are sucked out of the sky by a deadly vortex. To make this a slightly more bearable experience, I've decided to take a sip of this every time someone says the word Christmas. What is this? Well, my dear child, this is elven-made, pure distilled Christmas spirit, of course. It's what keeps that twinkle in my eye and my cheeks rosy. Ho ho ho, my God, let's get this over with. The first movie on this list is A Christmas Love. I immediately realized that I had made a terrible mistake. I had massively underestimated just how many times people in Christmas movies say the word Christmas.
Christmas.
Christmas. Christmas.
Christmas. Christmas.
God. Christmas.
Oh, those elves did a good job.
Jeff and his wife Tina are coming home from a Christmas party when Jeff opens with this absolutely insane line.
I'm haunted by my own inadequacies.
I'm haunted by my own inadequacies as just a soft opener? Incredible. Jeff is apparently an absolute raging party animal who had gone buck wild on champagne that night.
Did I?
Slip on one of Jenny's funky wigs and dance like a teenage girl to a God only knows how disco cheesy anthem? That was before you flipped over the table after you spilled a vintage Cabernet all over Susie Berlin's dress.
Jeff's coworker Murray recently was promoted to project leader where Jeff works, insert unexplained default office job here, and the next day, Murray calls Jeff into the office to fire him.
You can't just fire me. I'm a model employee.
Guess you didn't read the employee handbook.
It's the holidays, and I'm evil businessman. What else can I do besides fire people for no reason? When Jeff finds out he's fired, he handles this information, like a normal human being.
You're a real hoot.
His wife Tina also works that unexplained default office job, but this one is a new business she started, and it is not going well.
0. How can I have no mail?
She suddenly gets a call that the Maurice Jackson of
Carruthers and Smith Holdings?
whatever all those names mean, wants to partner with her business. Whatever her business does. I think I'm gonna get a rash from this beard. While Jeff is spiraling into alcoholism, his wife watches a YouTube relationship guru in front of a green screen as she considers divorcing Jeff.
And if you feel that your marriage has hit a wall, it might be time to reconsider the marriage.
Is this how you guys feel when you watch me? We're then introduced to Jeff's daughter Cody, whose genetic history momentarily confused me, until I realized she was born during Jeff's previous marriage. Wait, you're telling me that this man and his wife produced this Caucasian? Cody and her boyfriend have some riveting dialogue.
Make a list, check it twice. Think you can do that?
Okay, Santa.
And then she decides to drag her dad to a random psychic because, obviously, the best thing to spend money on when you're hurtling towards financial ruin is a liberal art major's side hustle.
You know, some people think that these are merely playing cards.
Go fish. Is this your card? Queen of Spades. Just as I thought. Anyways, she gives him advice that essentially boils down to a Pinterest board of inspirational quotes, but Jeff is absolutely thrilled. He goes home and immediately gets in a fight with his wife, where we find this out.
How many jobs have you gone through in the last couple of years?
I don't know, 7?
Jesus Christ, Jeff. Meanwhile, Cody and her boyfriend, Rock,
Not all guys know how to handle responsibility.
Well, not all guys. I'm your rock.
that's his actual name, are talking about their unexplained business. They make apps, and that's all you need to know.
The art, those apps, those sites, we need to push harder.
Right. Anyways, an old box mysteriously appears in the bedside table containing a letter from Jeff's dead grandfather that mentioned the word Christmas so many times I almost joined him. Oh, double take, okay. I can't. Jeff's daughter wishes on a star and the box magically appears in front of Jeff, even though she could have just driven to his house and given it to him. Christmas magic, saving us gas money one miracle at a time. Meanwhile, Tina and Maurice the Riz Master are discussing a business partnership over wine.
Thank you, but I didn't...
Please, Maurice. Call me Maurice.
Maurice. Thank you.
Please, if we're gonna get to third base, we need to be at least on a first name basis. Man, two-handed the wine glass. That's a power move, dude. That's like, I'm serious about this consumption.
You treated me like royalty.
Oh.
Calm down, Maurice. Not in front of my kids' invisible chicken nuggets. Meanwhile, Jeff's mother is taking her turn, letting Jeff know just how pathetic he is.
Those tickets you bought, they rerouted us. Typical of you to mess up something that simple.
Everybody hates this guy. God, his life is terrible. Jeff checks the box again, and it now magically contains a picture of his dead grandfather. It was at this moment, just when I was starting to get bored, that this happened. That's right. In the middle of this cheesy, heartwarming, wannabe Hallmark film, Jeff takes his Rudy McShooty to the desert to cancel his life subscription. I don't need to see a nativity this Christmas. I'm about to go see the real thing, baby.
Here I am. At the end of the world. Where's my Christmas, huh? Where's my Christmas love?
But don't worry, someone stops him.
Well, there's too much love in the sky.
Who is this dirty man crawling out of the bush?
Lost my job. My wife hates me.
Why did he cut to his face just like, ugh. That dude literally was just like, ugh. Bald Mystery Man offers Jeff advice that certainly wouldn't convince me not to take the escalator to heaven, but hey, it's good enough for Jeff.
You just get a little bit fouled up with your perception is a little bit off.
Everything's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be beautiful.
It's gonna be beautiful! Now at this point, I was really starting to feel the Christmas spirit.
Jesus! He's coming through the clouds!
So, let's start wrapping this up. Haha, we now cut back to Tina. It just cuts to her, like, just getting... Nope. In fact, much worse. Cody sets her stepmom up with the same psychic as her dad, so Tina can figure out if she wants to stay with Jeff or get with Mariz. But Tina's issues are so bad, they have to call in another, cooler psychic with a Spirit Halloween coin scarf. How many mason jars of kombucha do you think those two women have in the refrigerator combined? They're basically like, hey, don't divorce your husband. And she's like, okay, let me ask my parents first. And they're like, hey, don't divorce your husband. And she's like, okay, fine, I'll think about it. This is when we see just how big Jeff's house is, and those are vaulted ceilings. The higher the ceiling, the higher the tax bracket. I'm supposed to feel bad for these people? They live in that nice-ass house, and he hasn't been able to keep the same job for 7 years? Cody has to help her dad, aka the most helpless man on the planet, make a Christmas card for Tina, because apparently he can't do it himself. She's literally having to guide his arm like he's in kindergarten. Meanwhile, Maurice just found out that Tina is married, but that doesn't seem to bother him too much.
Is that gonna be a problem for you?
I mean, no, not particularly. I mean, I've been in more stickier, peculiar situations.
Oh, I don't like how he said stickier.
I mean, it's customary in some cultures for both parties to spend some intimate time together before a business deal has been finalized.
Maurice! But Jeff swoops in with his Christmas card and saves his marriage.
Open it.
It's clearly photocopied. Are you gonna put it on the fridge? Please put it on the fridge. I would really like it if you put on the fridge too. Then at the end, Jeff gets his job back, of course, and everyone lives happily ever after. Okay, next movie. Next up is a movie called Worst Christmas Ever. The writers used swear words like commas and inserted bodily fluids in as many scenes as possible. Oh, they just showed the vomit? Okay. The movie is determined to convince you that the characters are super edgy, but in every wide panning shot, it's just this picturesque little snow-covered town that looks like it could be on a Christmas card. The movie starts out with our protagonist Sophia finding out she's pregnant, and then meeting up with Noah, who is painfully deep in the friend zone, to have a horribly dubbed-over conversation.
Mia Sophia, you stole my heart, and then I sharted. Sophia!
Oh my god.
That bike is too small for that young man. Only a pervert would ride a bike that small. A pervert or a clown or both. The continuity of the shots are insanely bad. In one scene, there's like a blizzard happening on one side of the street while the other side of the street is completely clear. This is a very localized snowstorm. Sophia then comes home to her parents fighting, and wow, I've never seen so many white people faking a black accent in one film before.
How many times do you have to go through this, Rajon? We need to save money. What'd you think? You were Tiger Woods or something? Why do all these white people from Ohio speak in this way? Sophia's stepdad is unemployed, and him and her stepbrother do nothing but play this game where you're Jesus in sunglasses fighting Santa Claus. What is this game? I need to play it. I really liked the animated sequences of this movie that play whenever something happens that they didn't have the budget to film. The style is actually kind of fun, and we get this full 7-minute animated backstory of Sophia's dad, who had a police escort to the pearly gates while robbing a gas station after relapsing. Eat it, Daddy! We then get the scene of the ex-convict Santa Claus rapping over a Jingle Bells remix while robbing houses. I can't show most of this footage. Me from the past, can you tell us why? Just to give you an image of what I'm watching right now, I'm watching a white man rap in a Santa costume while his mall elf helpers twerk on him. Thank you, me from the past. Then we find out that the father of the baby is this confused saltine American.
Don't be clocking me, fool. Go 187, blah, blah, blah.
Who goes by Trey, even though his real name is
Edward Davis III. He just calls himself Trey to sound black.
All of you are trying to sound black. That's the problem. Noah tells Sophia that Trey is cheating on her with a girl named Maddie, and when they go to Maddie's house to confront him, he's doing... You know what? I honestly don't even know what's supposed to be happening here. Is that green construction paper? Anyways, the neighbors spectate while the two girls start beating the crap out of each other. Sophia and Noah speed off on the bike, and then Sophia tells Noah the news.
I'm pregnant.
With his? I guess I was wrong about you, Sophia. You're not as smart as I thought.
Yeah, I think Noah has been spending a little too much time on Reddit. Sophia then goes to see her grandparents, but her grandma has just been sent off to jail for beating up her grandpa and a cop.
You worthless piece of garbage!
Hey, oh, settle down.
Her grandpa goes into way too much detail about how he and her grandmother conceived a child in a church, then gave the little girl up for adoption. Thankfully for Sophia, she just got to hear about this conception. I, on the other hand, was forced to witness it.
Don't watch this with any older relatives or, you know, any friends that you wish to maintain respect of you. The fact that Sophia has an unknown aunt just out there in the world is never brought up again, so I guess that's not important. Sophia meets with Trey to tell him about the baby, and he takes this information about as well as you would expect someone who looks like this to take it.
What?
You heard me.
That's mine? I know that for reals ain't mine.
Whose do you think it is?
I don't know.
Noah is drunk and crying at home over the state of Sophia's He's this upset that she's pregnant? Then he wanders out into the middle of the road in front of the stepdad's car. Her stepdad doesn't notice.
Jesus!
Wait a second, what? But the worker at the drive-thru later sees Noah tangled up in the undercarriage.
Holy balls!
Then, the impossible happened. Somehow, I had accidentally chosen 2 separate Christmas movies that had climaxes involving the main character playing Russian roulette by themselves.
Oh, damn!
Wait. There's no way. I found 2 different Christmas movies that has this as a plot point. Meanwhile, the tatted Santa Claus gets stuck in Sophia's family chimney while trying to rob them, and the cops are hot on her stepdad's trail, very realistically pursuing the unarmed child instead of the culprit.
We gotta run him. Right!
Accurate aspect of the movie, an 8-year-old child starts running and the officer immediately opens fire. When Maddie calls Trey, Sophia ensures she will be his only baby mama ever, Western style. And while she's being carted away by the cops, Santa comes down the chimney at just the wrong time. The story ends with Sophia and her entire family going to jail, and then there's about 20 minutes of credits, bonus scenes, and bloopers, one of which is just the cop absolutely cranking his The last, and by far the weirdest movie, is Christmas with Cookie. Trying to explain the plot of Christmas with Cookie is like trying to remember the events of a fever dream. It was also past my bedtime at this point, and I think the Christmas spirit may have somewhat affected my recall, but I'll give you guys the highlights. That is the most insane logo I have ever seen. The whole story is narrated by an alien living alone on the moon named Cookie, and I fell in love with this movie the moment this goofy-ass spaceship appeared. They said, hey, can you put together a model ship for our movie? And the guy was like, I know how to make 3 shapes in Blender. Watch me do my magic. Hundreds of years into the future, the North Pole has turned into a desert because of global warming, and all of humanity has died, leaving Mr. and Mrs. Claus to wander the Earth alone.
He would often sit and dream of when his Christmas town was full of snow and beauty.
They had Windows Movie Maker, and they had Blender, and they had heart and soul. That's all you need for a movie. Except, they're not alone. Back in the present, these 2 perverts were disappointed with Santa's gifts, so they made a potion that would allow them to get revenge.
Now, according to my calculations, this will allow us the opportunity to attack Santa and seek our revenge at the least expected moment in Santa's life.
They come back in the future as skeletons. Yes, skeletons, ready to face off with the Clauses. You know, they went on location, man. They really drove out to the desert to record this. I spoke too soon. They clearly had only one day where everyone was willing to drive out to the desert, and after that they just had to improvise. Then I discovered something very troubling about their relationship.
You're officially on the permanent naughty list.
You melted my sister!
Wait, he just said you melted my sister. Wait, hold on. Did they, hold on. I gotta pause everything. The skeleton just said, "You melted my sister." Oh no. Oh no! Anyways, yada yada yada, you know the drill. Mrs. Claus gets abducted by aliens or whatever.
That is no problem. I'll just need a little sample from you first.
Hello?
The obvious kind, I love it. I love how they couldn't even get her to stand still enough to do the cut. That's awesome! Santa defeats the aliens, then he and Mrs. Claus eat poison cookies, die. Okay, so at this point, every character that's been introduced is dead, are resurrected. Oh, okay, never mind, they're resurrecting now. Etc. You know, just very predictable stuff. Oh look, now there's an abominable snowman.
You've been wanting to eat me. Here I am.
Actually, this abominable snowman costume was at least 60% of their budget. Santa gets eaten by the abominable snowman, and they start getting really creative with the cinematography. Was that him in the stomach acid of the abominable snowman? They were like, get in the pool, we're gonna color grade it red, and you're gonna be inside the abominable snowman. Enter stage right, the most talented actor to ever grace a film. This absolute treasure of a man captivated me with his performance.
I'm the abominable snowman keeper, and he was the only family I've ever known.
He is the only family that I have known! Get this man his Oscar immediately! I've never heard such uniquely delivered lines.
You now know the pain of what it feels like to have your inside ripped out!
They were so proud of the pool trick, by the way, that they found an excuse for this guy to go into Santa Claus's stomach. They were like, this pool trick is so cool, we have to do it again. I love how he didn't even bother to like pretend to walk. They were just like, yeah, stand still, it's fine. They get the idea. I mean, what can I say about Christmas with Cookie that hasn't been said by many a scholar before me? It's a masterclass in the art of filmmaking, and it ends like this.
Yes, sir.
I love how they're very obviously in the server room of some office somewhere. They're like, please, can we just like record in here real fast? Thank you. It just ends with Earth getting blown up. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Cookie. It's dark outside. I spent a lot of time doing this. Look, at the end of the day, making a movie is hard, and you have to make a lot of bad art before you can make good art. Good job to all these people for putting themselves out there. That's really awesome. And to any aspiring filmmaker watching this, if their movies can get picked up by a streaming service, so can yours. Well, Santa's gonna have a ho-ho horrible hangover tomorrow, but I hope these movies gave you a little bit of Christmas cheer. Remember, as you're forced by tradition to be in close proximity to relatives who like to dissect your life decisions as they pass you the cranberry sauce, that it could be worse. You could be day drinking, alone, in costume, on a third. Within 1 month, Matt Rife went from a TikTok comedian beloved by women everywhere to complaining about how you can't make jokes these days on a YouTube channel that the relative whose Christmas tradition is making everyone else uncomfortable probably watches a lot. So, what happened? And why am I not surprised? Every tuber, like every pony but for YouTubers, don't worry, it'll catch on, has been sitting in front of their cameras over the past couple weeks talking about Handsome Squidward's comedy special. So why am I showing up to the party way too late with a vegetable tray that no one will touch? That's honestly because when I first heard about this controversy, I didn't find it very interesting. Some
talker gets a taste of fame and starts saying misogynistic jokes. Yawn, boring, DJ, I've heard this one before, play the next track. But when Matt Rife immediately ran to the frail arms of the watery-eyed Jordan Peterson of Daily Wire infamy, that's when I realized that there was some juice to be squeezed out of this story. Since at least 2014, Matt Rife has had many small roles in film and television, most notably in 16 episodes of the show Wild 'N Out. Me saying Wild 'N Out sounds so white. Something that Matt Rife struggles with. Oops, getting ahead of ourselves.
Hey Zendaya, look, you're mixed. I want to be black. Let's make a lifestyle of it. Spit that water out so I can get your number, please.
Yikes, LOL, but it wasn't until this past year when clips of his stand-up went viral on TikTok that Matt Rife's comedy career really took off.
You drove 3 hours to see me? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh my God. God damn. I'm so...
Matt's flirtatious, raunchy crowd work soon earned him a following of over 18 million, and with that popularity came the coveted Netflix special, the wet dream of every comedian since 2013. Ironically titling the special Natural Selection, the transition from crowd work to a formal pre-written set left Matt's material struggling in the deep end of the gene pool, and his jokes weren't strong enough to survive brutal reviews. Specifically, Matt has come under fire for the very first joke he opened his special with.
I've only been to Baltimore one time. I ate lunch there, and the hostess who, like, seats you at the restaurant had a black eye. And it wasn't like, what happened? Yeah, it was pretty obvious what happened. And my boy who I was with was like, yeah, I feel bad for her, man. I feel like they should put her in the kitchen or something. Nobody has to see her face, you know? And I was like, yeah, but I feel like if she could cook, she wouldn't have that black eye.
Woman get black eye from husband because she can't cook, haha? Anyone who paid for their seat is an idiot. There are thousands of 13-year-old boys with broken headsets in COD lobbies that would enthusiastically tell you jokes like that for free. Speaking of COD lobbies, have you ever clutched a 1v1 only to feel the cold pang of fear as you watch your full IP address pop up in the chat? Well, today's video partner NordVPN can help with that. With NordVPN, you can become safer online with a single click. Specifically clicking my link in the description, nordvpn.com/FunkyFrogBait. Hackers use so many methods to get a hold of your private information, but NordVPN gives you the tools to fight back. By encrypting your online data at all times, NordVPN can protect you from man-in-the-middle attacks where criminals try to intercept your data through Wi-Fi networks. Their threat protection feature can warn you about malicious links sent by scammers, scan your files for malware before downloading, and block pop-up ads that are trying to trick you to click. Instead, you should click my link nordvpn.com/FunkyFrogBait to buy a 2-year NordVPN plan and receive 4 bonus months of protection with a 30-day money-back guarantee. It's super easy to set up, and yeah, now I'm in Canada. That's nordvpn.com/FunkyFrogBait for peace of mind while you're online. After the special was released, there was massive outrage amongst Matt Rife's primarily female audience.
Cue the laughter, because you were supposed to picture a woman getting hit because she can't cook, and you were supposed to laugh. All of these jokes are dependent on other people's oppression and nuance, and things that you don't really need to be touching. Many women who previously enjoyed Matt Rife's stand-up felt that this special, and particularly the opening joke, was a massive middle finger, that he used the support of women to become rich and famous, and then immediately set out to alienate his female audience as quickly as possible. And all I have to say to that is... duh? I'm sorry, ladies, but you're telling me that you're surprised that this guy isn't very respectful towards women. Come on, really? Did we all just collectively forget that he was on a podcast a few months ago saying super gross stuff about women's bodies?
Yeah, it's like, what am I supposed to you or thumb wrestle? Like, I don't know.
I mean, both, honestly.
I don't love a giant. I don't want to look down and feel like like God left a tag on you. I just don't want your to look like the gum from sausage party.
I mean, honestly, what did people think a bunch of men on a podcast called Stiff Socks were going to talk about? The history of women's suffrage? The writing has been on the wall for a while, and Matt has been spelling it out with a big red Sharpie for months before this special was released.
They bring their boyfriends or husbands who are always reluctant because they probably bought the tickets.
Right.
They didn't want to be there. And then like 20 minutes into the show, they realized like my comedy is so much more for guys than it is girls.
In an interview with Variety, he said about the upcoming special, "I don't pander my career to women. I would argue this special is way more for guys. I wanted to make this special for everybody. It's not for a specific demographic." Wait, so which is it? Is it for guys or is it for everybody? Well, don't worry, because he literally tells us in the middle of the special.
I'm realizing right now I need more guy fans. That would help a lot. If this room was 70% dudes the way it is women, this joke would have been like,
Ah yes, the sign of a true comedian. Blaming your audience when the joke doesn't land. This is a real comic legend in the making. I would argue that the main problem with Matt Rife's TV joke is not that it's offensive, but that it's just not funny. I actually am a big fan of dark humor. I don't indulge in it as much as I'd like to here, because when I do, Papa YouTube likes to spank me with demonetization, but I really don't have a problem with comedians referencing upsetting subjects in their stand-up. It's more about how you do it. For example, Eddie Murphy has a very well-known joke about DV. In his stand-up special, Modern Women, Eddie Murphy compares the timid wives of 1920s films with how the women of the 1980s would respond to a slap from their spouse, their vengeance sending a man fleeing from his own home. He effectively makes himself, and men, the butt of the joke, while still handling this touchy topic. Now, I am not trying to compare Matt Rife to Eddie Murphy. That would actually be a joke. But I wanted to show an example of how you can pull off this type of dark humor. Dark humor isn't just stating an upsetting fact, it's injecting a shocking or disturbing reality into an unexpected context that creates an absurd scenario, or introduces a subversion of expectations that takes the audience by surprise. This is the source of catharsis that allows people, even people who may be victims of the upsetting subject matter, to laugh and process their feelings. But to invoke jester's privilege, there is one important stipulation. You have to actually be funny. What's frustrating is I know that Matt Rife can do this because he does it twice in the special that I had to watch all the way through at 1.5 speed. He talks about how child ghosts in movies are almost always British, and then goes on to explain what he thinks an American child ghost would be like.
Can you imagine crawling into bed at 3 a.m. and then you hear, "I hate this school"?
Not particularly original, but it is an actual joke. It layers an upsetting fact behind an absurd premise. Later, he talks about being on a flight with an obnoxious toddler whose parent refused to keep under control.
I was this close to leaning over to the dad and being like, "Hey, you mind getting your kid away from me?"
Is the existence of predators funny? Obviously not, but the idea of being so frustrated by the toddler next to you that you're willing to pretend to be one is, because it's so ridiculous. So Matt Rife can tell dark jokes, albeit ones we already heard in middle school, but he chooses to open his special that he's been paid way too much to do with a throwaway comment about DV that you'd hear at a frat party. Why? Well, he tells us why.
Just the water, see if y'all are gonna be fun or not.
This isn't a joke. This is a pop quiz. Are you cool enough to laugh even if there is no punchline? Just a punch? It's such an incredibly backwards way of looking at comedy. It's your job as the comedian to prove that you're funny, not the audience. To me, the special was more frustratingly hypocritical than actually offensive. After making the DV joke, he talks with sadness about the death of John Lennon, a musician who, whether you like him or not, in an interview from 1981 admitted, "I used to be cruel to my woman, and physically, any woman. I was a hitter." You should laugh at a woman being hit, but respect the death of a man who hit women. Okay. He spends the first part of his special angrily complaining about astrology girls, then later talks about his belief in ghosts.
And just because Jupiter has a ring and you don't, doesn't mean... Part of that is to do with the fact that one of my biggest beliefs is in ghosts and monsters.
Believing in astrology is stupid and annoying. Believing in ghosts is relatable and funny. He talks about how he hates trolls on social media, how they're pathetic lowlives who complain and make fun of people, failing to recognize the irony that as a comedian, complaining and making fun of people is kind of his whole job. But the hypocrisy doesn't stop there. Do you guys remember when he was talking in an interview about how he's so attractive it makes being a comedian difficult?
I will say I don't think it helps you by any means. I mean, people don't want to laugh at like physically attractive people.
Humble brag much, but like the accent he does on stage, many people suspect that Matt Rife's pretty face is also fake, and even though Matt Rife insists that his chiseled jawline is his cross to bear due to a second puberty, people continue to theorize and joke about the work he may have had done. But Matt Rife is so comfortable with dark humor, surely he won't mind a few jabs about the few jabs of Botox he may or may not have had.
Lying about medical history is illegal, just FYI.
That's kind of weird, Matt, considering he didn't even mention your name. A very offended comment from a guy who posted on his Instagram story that anyone offended by his jokes is mentally disabled. Maybe you should get one of those helmets for yourself, Matt. I'm too far south to get snow this time of year, but I spy a snowflake. He's also apparently started beef with the child of this content creator, Bunny Hedaya, because she posted a joke video of her son calling out Matt for saying Jupiter has a ring instead of Saturn.
Matt Rife has decided to start beef with my 6-year-old child online. The things he said that weren't even funny were posted on TikTok, and I started being tagged in them because everyone knows that my son is like a genius and he's really into space.
Jupiter also has a ring. Oh, and Santa Claus isn't real. Your mom buys your presents with the money she makes on only. Good luck.
There is no reality where he didn't rage type this with tears in his eyes.
This is my IG where he left the comment. Do I look like... I don't even show my body.
I have to say, all of this feels suspiciously orchestrated. Matt has been saying for months and months that he resents his female audience and that his jokes are for men. During his special, he jokes about DV, makes fun of women's interests, mocks his generation, and complains about cancel culture. It's like a clumsy mating dance to attract the audience he actually wants. Conservative men. This is the audience he needs applause from to feel like a real comedian. I have a primarily female audience, and unlike Matt Rife, I'm not ashamed of that, but I do know that a lot of my subscribers are men, and to you guys specifically, I have to ask, doesn't this feel super condescending? I feel like men should be just as offended by this situation as women. How patronizing is it to think you can just win men over by repeating the same shocking, dated jokes that we all heard in middle school? Hey fellas, women are lame, right? Ha ha ha! Won't you like me now? Oh please, oh please, oh please! Matt Rife thinks that men are such mindless Neanderthals that he doesn't have to be creative or funny. He can just say gross stuff and pivot to a totally new audience. Somehow it's kind of working?
Why do you think you were inclined, when this Tempest in a Teapot emerged, to make arguably even a worse joke, which I'm very pleased about, by the way. I thought that was actually a masterstroke because you topped what you were being accused of by picking on an even lower status group.
Oh, Matt, you're so funny. Oh, Jordan, you're so smart for thinking I'm funny. You want to hold hands? Maybe kiss a little bit? Men are already clamoring in Jordan Peterson's comment section that they love Matt Rife now, not because he's improved as a comedian, but but purely because he's been canceled. Everything is so heavily polarized that something as unimportant as a comedian telling a joke that didn't land with his audience becomes a blood-soaked banner to gather around. It's no longer important for a comedian to say something funny, just something you agree with that makes the other team mad. Matt Rife's career isn't ruined like everybody's saying, he just hit the pipeline from mediocre entertainer to far-right talking head like a water slide. Matt is speed running the cancellation process so he can get the approval from men he so desperately craves, and at this point, he's already amassed enough fame and fortune that this short-lived outrage will probably barely affect him. The internet has the attention span of a goldfish with dementia, and next week I'm going to be sitting in front of my camera, probably talking about another boogeyman, and Matt Rife will continue to enjoy his millions. In fact, by the time this video goes up, most of you will have probably already forgotten that Matt Rife even existed. Wait, what did he do again? We were just talking about who were we talking about? I don't... Wait, hold on. Where am I? Hey, say something funny! Yeah, make us laugh! Sorry, women, am I right? In a panic because apparently the preteens have extended their territory into Sephora. Beauty gurus beware, the 10-year-olds are done with dolls and now they're after your luxury makeup brands. My For You page has been flooded over the past few days with Sephora employees and customers complaining about stampedes of children that are apparently terrorizing stores. The main accusation is that these young girls are trashing makeup displays, making tester smoothies by mixing a bunch of serums together like evil little alchemists, and creating massive messes for staff members to clean up. Personally, I'm not really interested in going anywhere near these little germ factories, the testers, not the children to be clear, because the thought of putting product on my body that hundreds of other people have touched makes me want to gag. But shoppers are pretty upset about the glamorous crime scenes the next generation of beauty influencers are leaving behind in their favorite makeup store.
These little girls at Sephora are unhinged. I obviously saw these girls stealing. They had calculated over like $700 of products taken by these little girls.
And then they started like mixing stuff with the drunk elephant tester. Then they start opening up the packaged items that you buy and they start mixing those. The packaged items that we're supposed to buy, they're mixing them, using them, and then putting it back into the package.
She walks past me and like hits me with her bat. I was like, you can at least say excuse me. She's like, well, I tried to, but apparently you're deaf. And I start feeling like this box like rubbing on my back. And I turn her around and I'm like, can I get some personal space? And then she goes like, oh, you're just in my way. We're in line.
Many Sephora employees are also coming forward with nightmarish customer service stories involving tyrannical 10-year-olds rudely demanding out-of-stock items and being disruptive.
This little girl came up to me, obviously asking if we had the Drunk Elephant bronzy drops. This was the time when they were so incredibly viral that they weren't in stock literally anywhere. So I told her that no, we didn't have them, but I have some really good dupes or alternatives that I could show her if she'd like. This girl looks me dead in the eyes and goes, are you effing kidding me? She looks at me, she's like, no, I don't want an alternative, I want the bronzy drops.
So she helped herself. She took the plastic off one of the brand new bottles and started spraying it. So I obviously had to damage that out, and I asked her to not do it again. And that, she wasn't happy with the way I said that. She asked me if we had any more of the bronzing drops. I told her, we actually haven't had the bronzing drops in a really long time. They sell out really quick. And she goes, none of you have it. And I pulled it out the box. And she goes, can I hold it? And I was like, well, I could just cash it out. You're going to have it in a second. And she goes, I want to hold it.
These kids all seem to be particularly obsessed with the brand Drunk Elephant. I don't know why the elephant is drunk, and I don't want to. What they do on the weekends is between them and their elephant god. My question is, where are these little girls getting the money to buy these products? I mean, I'm assuming they're not coming back from a long shift at the coal mines where their small frames allow them to navigate the cramped tunnels more effectively, so that means mommy and daddy are forking over $40, $50, $70, $80, $90 for all these little white tubes.
So I finished scanning all her products and her total came out to almost $900. The mom is furious and the little girl is just looking at her like, what? Like, yeah, I'm gonna spend $900. Like, I don't know what you're looking at. The mom goes, take something out. The little girl lost her mind. She's like, no, I'm not taking anything out.
Her mom was like, do you really need 2 of the same ones? It's like $80 each. She was like, Mom, I need it. And she starts flipping out and her mom was like, oh my God.
As you can probably tell, this issue is mainly affecting a particular tax bracket, but little girls who don't have parents making 6 figures also likely are being influenced. They just have to save up their allowance to buy 1 serum at a time. The average Sephora enjoyer's life used to be simple, but now a quick trip to the store apparently means competing with hordes of 5th graders flexing their parents' cash for limited edition items. Some people are less worried about the sanctity of Sephora and more worried about the damage these young girls might be doing to their skin, specifically with anti-aging retinol creams that are not only completely unnecessary for preteens, but can be incredibly harsh and cause irritation.
I just died a little. Why does this adorable 11-year-old need makeup and the skincare routine, which is more complicated than mine?
One time, this girl came in with her mom, and she was obviously very young, okay? And she came in with a screenshot of baby facial. If you do not know what baby facial is, it is an extremely strong glycolic acid peel, alright? It's a chemical exfoliant. So then I ask, have you ever used a chemical exfoliant before? She proceeds to tell me that she uses the ordinary peel mask daily. 15-year-olds, they come in with chemical burns because they're using it daily.
The irony of 10-year-olds using anti-aging products that they not only don't need, but may actually be damaging and aging their skin even faster is incredibly depressing. You know what kind of skincare I was using at that age with my khaki capris, aggressively rectangular wireframe glasses, painfully colorful polos, keeping the tooth fairy in business with all my missing teeth? Are you ready? Are you ready to see? Nothing! The only product on my face was anything that happened to stick to it after my mom bathed my ponytail in a cloud of hairspray, but ultimately, back in my day isn't really a sufficient argument because, well, back in my day, 10-year-olds didn't have a skincare routine. Back in my day, you couldn't just take a cell phone wherever you went. Back in my day, the teacher would strike you 30 times with a ruler if you ever tried to write with your left hand. But before we continue, I'd like to take a second to talk about today's sponsor, Liquid IV. Liquid IV's Energy Multiplier drink mix allows you to hydrate and energize at the same time. One Energy Multiplier stick is comparable to 1 to 2 8-ounce cups of coffee, which is someone who doesn't really like the taste of coffee and also gets stuck on the toilet for hours every time I try to drink it. I really appreciate a source of caffeine that tastes like lemon ginger, mango tamarind, or yuzu pineapple instead of coffee. And that doesn't also have personal beef with my stomach. I really love all of the flavors, but the yuzu pineapple has to be my favorite, and with 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink, it can help you hydrate faster than with just water alone. I tend to be really productive in the mornings, but start to lose steam in the afternoon, so an energy drink that also encourages me to drink more water is super helpful during those last few hours of my workday. A big thanks to Liquid IV for sponsoring today's video, and for new customers, you can use my discount code FunkyFrogBait or click the link in the description for 20% off at liquidiv.com. As I was doing research for this video, I noticed that the internet's response to the Sephora 10-year-olds has been a little bit questionable.
Yeah, I just got $100 for a gift card, Lululemon leggings, Lululemon belt bag.
Get ready with me while I tell you why I'm literally gonna sue Sephora because their worker ruined my life.
Hey guys, just got back from Sephora, but before I give you my aesthetic haul, look at my non-dupe Stanley. It's so ASMR, oh my goodness.
Get ready with me while I tell you why my mom is literally the biggest bitch ever. Today we went to Sephora and she only let me pick out like 11 things.
Get in my motherfucking face if you want to.
It's just kind of strange to me that the reaction of a lot of content creators has been to get on TikTok to rant about and mock the 10-year-olds. The comedy skits really don't bother me that much. At the end of the day, they're just lighthearted jokes. What actually disturbs me is all the people I've seen whipping out their phones to surreptitiously, that's an unnecessary SAT word for you, record these little girls just walking around the store and posting it. If I was a parent at Sephora and I caught you angling your phone at my kids so you could dunk on them for TikTok views, you would need to grab a full coverage foundation on your way out. The sheer level of hatred towards these little girls online is genuinely scary. Look at some of the suggested searches that popped up while I was scrolling. Sephora 10 years olds get humbled videos. Rude Sephora 10 years olds get humbled footage. Sephora 10 years olds getting yelled at. Hard drives, hand them over. But the big question is, why? Why are all these girls suddenly flocking to this store and stockpiling expensive makeup products that aren't age appropriate? Well, a theory that many TikTok users are considering is the decline of third places in the US.
The 10-year-olds in Sephora, they're all buying Drunk Elephant and they're ruining my shopping experience. The 10-year-olds have nowhere to go! They have nowhere to go!
The main reason y'all see more preteens and teenagers in stores like Sephora and Ulta is because they have nowhere else to go. Towns have nothing for teenagers to do except for going and walking around stores.
The term third places was coined by Ray Oldenburg in his book The Great Good Place and is used to describe social hubs like cafes, bookstores, bars, etc., where people can escape the stresses of home and work, or in the case of children, home and school. Our society is vacuous of third places that are safe for preteens, because otherwise, how would we have enough room for all of our darling 5-lane highways? No, baby, you know I didn't mean it. You know I love them curvy, dangerous, and approximately 4.17 million miles long. But I don't think this is the full picture. After all, even though many preteen stores like Justice were shuttered and went online after the pandemic, places like Claire's have survived. Why aren't these kids going there?
All their online spaces are being taken over by influencers. There's no flash games anymore on the fucking internet. Toy companies aren't making websites anymore with fun little free games.
I think the lack of online spaces for preteens is a far more serious issue than a lack of physical spaces, considering the percentage of our lives that are spent on the internet now. Flash games being replaced with multiplayer platforms infected with microtransactions and predators, content on video sharing sites jumping from Cocomelon to Rated R, and online spaces in general being consolidated so much that adults and minors are constantly squashed together. The preteen is dead. Long live the teen. Of course these girls are going to Sephora. That's where all the pretty TikTok ladies they watch do get ready with me's and makeup hauls go. Not Claire's. Aha, the funny YouTube person is blaming all of society's ills on the internet again. How self-aware. What a comfortably vague conclusion. Let me reward them with a like. No. Okay, a like would be nice, but that's not my point. People on TikTok making beauty content for adults are a convenient scapegoat for poisoning our youth, but the real culprits are, drum roll please, never mind, we don't have time for a drum roll, the parents. For not, you know, parenting. Admittedly, a few decades ago, it was a lot less complicated to monitor what your child was exposed to. With on average just one TV per household, it was a lot easier for parents to play goalie with malicious advertisements and explicit content as long as they had the remote in their hand. Now that electronics are basically fused to our phalanges and the default parenting method seems to be a simple two-step protocol, step 1, turn on iPad. Step 2, give iPad to child. Companies and creeps now have a direct line of access to a much younger demographic, while parents are sipping tea on the sidelines. We have to remember, this really isn't about makeup. It's what this sudden interest in this particular kind of makeup indicates about the mental state of this new generation of preteens. The incredibly predatory beauty industry is getting a head start in eroding your daughter's self-confidence before she even knows what decimals are, and that's a problem. Wanting nice makeup is very normal for little girls. I asked my mom about it, and apparently back when she was in middle school, her and her classmates were fiending for Clinique instead of Drunk Elephant. I mean, this is actually her makeup bag from high school, and it's got Clinique all over it. It's stuff like worrying about wrinkles when you still have a bedtime that's horrifyingly dystopian. Of the videos I've seen of parents with their Sephora-obsessed preteens, there's this bizarre sense of helplessness that they give off, like, oh, there goes my crazy daughter, obsessed with collecting these luxury brands she doesn't need and clearly unhealthily preoccupied with her physical appearance. Too bad I'm just a helpless middle-aged adult who can't do anything about it. Actually, yes you can, and it's literally your job. So what can parents do? Well, I don't have a kid, but as someone with 17 years of experience as a child on my resume, here's my suggestion. I think it's important whenever you decide to introduce your daughter to makeup that she understands that many of the standards she will be using those products to adhere to are rooted in the patriarchy. Now, I know a lot of you are clicking away because I said patriarchy, but please hear me out. Let me explain. Stay right where you are! You can teach her to love herself, to love the artistry of makeup, but to also be a critical thinker, specifically being critical of any industry that profits from her insecurities. Unfortunately, women have to often litmus test the reasons for why they do what they do, especially when it comes to their appearance. Teach your daughter to make decisions for herself as an autonomous human in a society that won't always view her that way. Now, before you go all bad cop on your kid, take a second. You shouldn't just barge into your daughter's room after permissively allowing her to collect Drunk Elephant serums like Pokemon cards and chuck all of her makeup in the trash. That doesn't solve anything. You should sit down with your kid, ask them genuine questions about why they want to use these products, and then maybe put some of it away for her to use when she's older. It might be necessary to curb screen time or to put restrictions on devices if you notice her online activity is negatively affecting her self-image. And by the way, teach your kids to not be rude to employees. I feel like that one's pretty simple. Ultimately, I don't think there's a catch-all solution to the Sephora 10-year-olds. It's clear to me that these young girls are being slammed with a goulash of environmental factors, from massive societal shifts all the way down to the little everyday mistakes of their parents. But before I go, I kind of have to go visit my local Sephora and see how bad it is for myself. Yeah, so I tried to record in there, but there was about 1 million people in the store, and that made me kind of nervous. I didn't want to be a goober with a camera in there, and yeah, it was in fact crawling with preteens. The rumors are true, and about 7 employees asked me if I needed help with anything, which made me very self-conscious and nervous, so I left. Christmas, everyone. Yeah, that's right. I said it. Merry Christmas. He is the reason for the season, after all, though he may not be the reason to season in many households. No matter how bland your mother-in-law's mashed potatoes might be, let the sweet gravy baby Jesus fill our hearts with gratitude, and remind us what this holiday is really about. Buying a bunch of Ho, ho, ho! Has anyone else noticed that Christmas just doesn't feel the same this year? The only reason for the season I'm worried about is to live, which is why I try to get ahead of my usual winter woes with some therapy. Retail therapy, that is. I mean, after all, I can't gift wrap emotional co-regulation as an important part of early childhood development. But Black Friday really didn't seem to offer enough bang for my buck. I was gonna make a joke about male reindeer there, and then I found out that apparently they're called bulls for some reason. Hey scientist, what the hell? They're literally called reindeer? You ruined my joke. To be fair, these sales have been disappointing and misleading for years. The glorious violence of Black Friday mobs storming through sliding doors to play tug-of-war with flat-screen TVs belongs to a bygone era when there were actually discounts worth fighting for. It's a mythos that now only exists in YouTube compilations and the B-roll of Christmas classics. Somehow, despite this, companies seem to have reached a new low as their product pricing reaches new highs, with more people noticing suspicious signage and stickers that show you might not be saving any money at all.
40% off all these pajamas. So I got one right here, $25. They have a sticker over it. It's regularly $18. Like, you're only saving $8. It makes you think you're saving 40% off, but you're really saving $8. That's insane. It's insane. That's 10% off. Maybe.
Commenters are split over whether this is the result of corporate greed or increased tariffs. Come on, people, let's think bigger. It can be both. Michaels, specifically, has been in the DIY doghouse, apparently picking clean the carcass of its recently bankrupted lesbian-coded competitor, Joanne Fabrics, wasn't enough of a lift. Instead of slashing like its horror icon namesake Michael Myers, crafty customers have started calling out the chain for price gouging, disguised behind the mask of holiday deals.
I have come across a Black Friday scam like no other in Michaels. I am an avid Michaels shopper and I know prices, and let me show you some crazy shit. I build winter villages, okay, with these houses. I know the price. It is $6.49. I'll include a picture. These are 50% off today, so I thought I was gonna come in here and get it for $3.20. No. $12.99.
In case you were too busy huffing glue in the back of your 3rd grade math class, and who among us wasn't, if you multiply a number by 2 and then multiply it by 0.5, you generally end up back at the same number. User IsItGayAJ, awesome username by the way, realized that this item had been marked at 50% off since hitting shelves, and that Michaels had just slightly changed the wording to make it seem like you were getting a limited time Christmas deal.
From the information that I have received, I believe that the house has been $6.49 since the day it came on the shelves, but it's been 50% off the entire time. So this house that I've been buying for $6.49 since October must have had, to be honest, a 50% off Christmas in that section, but they removed the original signs and replaced them all with one-day Black Friday signage, okay? Black Friday deal, just today you can get this item for 50% off. They took away the original sale item, put the same sale back on, but slapped it on that this is a deal that's only going to be happening this one day.
Now I can already hear voices in the distance, slightly muffled by pairs of boots, defending the company as if it were the Archangel Michael himself, insisting that this isn't a scam, it's just business. Couldn't be me. Personally, I trust women who build Christmas villages implicitly, and I trust multi-billion-dollar corporations about as far as I can throw them, which isn't very far, because they're very heavy. Other customers started coming forward with similar stories, like an enticing Black Friday sale offering 4 spools of ribbon for the price of 1, with a catch.
I saw a sale, buy 1, get 3 free. I thought, oh, that's not bad at all. So I thought, well, how much could this size of ribbon be? I was guessing like $5 or $6, because I was like, that's a dollar store kind of ribbon. Prepare to be amazed.
This kind of boots to the ground journalism is exactly what we need now that more companies, like Michaels, have started to remove price tags in their stores.
Anything that's on sale on Black Friday today has had the tag removed. There used to be a price check here. Every single price check has been removed. I was here last week, they were here.
This is likely in preparation for something called dynamic pricing. Dynamic pricing is when companies adjust prices based on factors like time of day, weather, tariffs, even details about you to maximize profits, often using algorithms to make these changes in seconds. Way too quickly for employees to sticker bomb, so everything needs to be moved over to digital.
I'm in Michael's and there is no prices anywhere. Like on any of the stuff, it's so weird. Look, all the price tags are off and there's no prices.
So I asked one of the workers in there, like, why nothing was priced, and she said it's because of the tariffs. It's so that they can adjust the prices up and down. Oh, she said they also took out, like, the scanners where you can, like, go take an item and go into the scanner and, like, just see how much it is in the store. She said they took all those out. I'm like, so how do you know how much something is? And she was like, you don't.
You might be thinking to yourself, fine, I get it, capitalism bad, so says the person with the septum piercing, but what about all that supply and demand stuff I learned about in school when I wasn't huffing glue? What about the voting power of the dollar? I mean, even if you only care about your bottom line, aren't the long-term financial benefits of returning buyers better than the short-term kickbacks from tricking them? Won't market forces eventually punish these naughty companies and force them to price things fairly again? Well, not since they started getting bought out by private equity, like Michael's was in 2021. Private equity that has only one goal: to strip a company down to the lowest possible operating cost and flip it like the Property Brothers in a bad neighborhood. They got the workforce, destroy the company's reputation, and sometimes bankrupt it in the process. Don't believe me? What do you think happened to Joann Fabrics? It was bought by the private equity firm Leonard Green and Partners in 2011, buried in debt, and now in 2025, that horse is being liquidated at the glue factory. While every store shuttered means less options, less competition, and more economic hardship for the rest of us, for these firms, it's just the risks of making an omelet, and they have plenty of other eggs in the pan. Okay, this is really bumming Santa out. Maybe watching some warm and fuzzy Christmas commercials will get us back into the Christmas spirit. Chevy making cinematic short films about grannies with dementia to sell you a car, M&M running the same ad since 1996, Hershey's running the same ad since 1989, microdoses of nostalgia sandwiched between first downs of a football game I'm pretending to pay attention to while fighting a food coma. I wonder what Coca-Cola did this year. I mean, they basically turned me, a literal saint, into their soda-sucking mascot, so the least they could do is...
The big question is probably how a tiny team, like 5 specialists, how they managed to churn out and carefully refine over 70,000 video clips.
70,000?
In just 30 days.
Yes, James Quincy, the CEO, tell him it's Nick from Pickleball, he'll know. Hey, James. Yeah. I just got around to watching the commercial, man. Oh no, I'm sure it jingled your bells real good when you only had to pay 5 guys to do that in a month. How much did that leave over for the 3rd vacation home? I'm joking. I'm not. No, listen to me. Jim, listen to me. The only time you send 5 guys to do something for Santa, it better be to make me a goddamn cheeseburger. Do you understand? Jim, I let it slide the first time. I thought it was a joke. Oh, you don't give a shit. Oh, you don't give a shit? Well, you're gonna give a shit when you see my big, jolly ass on a Pepsi can next year. Do not put me on hold again. Do not put... Oh my God. But before we continue, I'd like to take a second to talk about a sponsor that's definitely on the nice list, Odoo. While we are hurtling towards a future where everything is owned by, I guess, like 5 white dudes, and I'm not talking about snowmen. That would be adorable. It's more important than ever for small businesses to have the tools they need to succeed. Odoo has an entire suite of customizable, integrated apps to help you do just that. Like their CRM or customer relationship management application. No, I did not have to Google what that stood for. Why would you even say? Which you can use to manage quotes easily with a simple drag and drop interface. Odoo helps you save time when closing deals with the sales app's e-signature tool, compatible with any kind of PDF you might need. Odoo's accounting app can auto-create and send invoices so that all you have to do is validate them before they're sent. Odoo is integrated with over 28,000 banks around the world. You can also automate inventory management, allowing Odoo to propose and trigger orders for you. The inventory app also allows you to automate vendor follow-ups to minimize miscommunication communication. All of this functionality and more is combined in one easy-to-use platform with tons of available free online resources to get you started. If you want to try Odoo out for yourself, they offer a 14-day free trial, no credit card required. Click the link in my description to learn more and try Odoo today. Would you look at that? It appears that some very nice boys and girls have left treats out for Santa. Maybe I won't make out sloppy with their mom this year. Sorry, Braxley and Michaela. You should have thought about that before having such a smoking hot mom. Don't mind if I do. No, I'm pretty sure I'm still gonna make out with their mom. What about free stuff? Everyone loves free stuff. Target heavily promoted a giveaway on November 28th promising swag bags to the first 100 customers. People started waiting outside the store hours before opening. Neither snow, nor rain, nor heat, nor gloom of night could deter them. 3 a.m., 1 a.m., 12 a.m. Someone even started camping out at 8:30 p.m. the day before to secure their spot in line. In case you feel like you missed out on the fun, I can do a Target swag bag for you right now. All right, let's see. We'll put in how about a half-eaten bag of chips and a green colored pencil and take it or leave it. To say that this Black Friday promotion was disappointing would be an understatement, as TikTok users filmed themselves pulling party favors out of a ludicrously capacious and mostly empty bag.
So this is what you're getting for waiting in line from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. at Target.
This is the swag bag, and I feel like I got nothing, but it's okay. Actually, this is so sad. An Uno card, some electrolytes, some nerds. I am speechless. That is all I have to say. I'm gonna go home and go to sleep.
We're opening our bags. I don't even want to pull out what I got. What cards?
You gotta tell me you're lying.
A brown
We woke
orange.
up at 1 in the morning for nothing.
We were here for 7 hours.
I think what made this swag bag especially not swag wasn't only how cheap the items were or how few of them there were, but also what the items were. Most people probably have at least Uno game of Uno at home. Snacks and electrolytes are pretty universally enjoyed, but some of the single-use shampoo that was handed out was for specific hair textures.
Curly Days shampoo without my curly hair.
The apricot lip oil is also something only a small percentage of winners would have any use for. This had to be dead stock that Target was trying to get rid of. I steal more exciting things from the bathrooms of the hotels I stay in. There's such a juxtaposition between these very candid reactions and the more influencer style posts during the aftermath. I mean, this is the exact same junk, just in an aesthetically pleasing slideshow with music behind it. Really shows the power of good lighting and a manicure to push product. Now, a few customers did get vouchers in their bags for more expensive items like headphones and blenders.
But y'all, tell me why I got to the bottom of my bag and I actually won a prize. Like, the way I crashed out in this store is high-key embarrassing, but baby, I have no care in the world because I did not just win any prize. I got the Ninja slushie, and baby, it was definitely worth the waiting outside. I mean, look at my slushie, look.
Which, good for them, but it seems like the general consensus is that Target overpromised and massively cheaped out on this event. Okay, so no sales, no giveaways, fine, but can I at least pay full, massively inflated price for something of mediocre quality with good, legal American tender that only smells slightly like the sweaty back pocket on a pair of jeans and a stripper on a slow night? Can we at least do that? On November 6th, Starbucks released their glass Starbucks Barista cold cup, sending shockwaves through the casual caffeine addict community. Because of a very limited supply, Starbucks locations quickly became PvP zones as men scrambled to reverse the laws of nature to get bears for their honeys. This, of course, because it always does, escalated to the point where customers had to be asked to leave the store like this very normal, socially adjusted gentleman.
Everybody else was in line out there.
I was in line the same way.
At 7:15,
I was in
not
line.
Standing
I'm
in
showing
line.
you the message that I was here at 5:20.
You were in your car? You were not
I
standing
came
in
out of the
line.
car at 5:30.
No, you did
yes,
not.
Yes, I did.
And that's the moment I would have lost my job.
No, I was here.
Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
I was here.
I understand that you were here.
I was here.
I'm saying that you were here in your car.
No, I
You
was
were
outside
not in
on the.
the
I was in the
line
front of the entrance.
with the rest of the guests.
I was
You were
in the
not
front of
in
the
line.
entrance.
So you were not in line.
I was in the front of the entrance.
And that's the moment I would have gone to jail.
Show me the cameras, please.
I can't show you the cameras.
But you can. You're claiming something.
No, I
and
can't show you the cameras.
You can, though.
No, I can't.
Why not?
I legally
She
cannot
said that she
show
was
you
going to
the
look at the
cameras.
cameras.
Why do people always think that they're in a buddy cop movie and can just request security footage whenever they feel like it? Oh, of course, sir. Let me drop everything and run to the back to get it for you. Would you like it on VHS so you could rewind it over and over again in a dimly lit apartment while smoking a cigarette?
Sir, we can't serve you the bear. We don't have any more for you.
There was one more. She took it to the back.
We won't be serving you today. We won't be selling you a bear. Everybody else was online and they came early, so you won't
They're
be getting
refusing
one
to give me the bear. I was here at 5:30. Same as everybody else in this line. They're refusing to give me the bear.
Right over there, sir. If you want to wait even
So
more.
you're not gonna serve me? You're not gonna sell me the beer? Oh, Karen, relax, Karen.
And not only that, you got this whole crowd pointing you out too.
Oh.
It's honestly really beautiful to see a community come together like this. An entire jury of your peers has been summoned to tell you that, yes, you are the asshole. No need to ask Reddit about this one.
When I got to the Target, it was like 5:20 in the morning, and there was maybe like 9 people lined up, but they were lined up at the exit. So I walked up at 5:25-ish, 5:30 a.m., and stood at the entrance.
In what situation is it ever appropriate to see an existing line of people and decide to just stand where you think the line should be? You can't tell, but I'm actually in line for Disney World right now.
Mind you, this whole time, I'm in a suit and tie the way I am right now.
I'm shocked that he posted these videos because they make him look like a petulant little boy crying because his lollipop is neither big nor swirly enough, but apparently there are 224,000 people who also do not know how lines work. Come on, guys. We learned this in kindergarten. The biggest controversy to come out of the drop was when employees started buying up the cups at the beginning of their shift while customers were still locked outside, fogging up the glass with their hot, angry breath like Hannibal Lecter about to deliver a monologue.
It's the exact same video. It ain't gonna make no difference. They're buying everything. That's jacked up.
All the Starbucks employees came and they took everything. And we've been waiting in line outside.
In line just like the rest everybody of else. That is not fair. That is not right. We've been here for 2 hours. You guys are not fair. Including employees, whoever's the manager, you guys better stop this because you know this is wrong. We are going to report this, all of you guys.
You're gonna report people for what exactly? For buying cups? Who are you gonna report to? The two-tailed siren herself? That's right, the Starbucks logo is not a mermaid, it's a siren luring sailors to run aground, coffee grounds. And the original art is actually way more horny. Editor, please censor out the titties. Yeah, some of y'all were just listening to this video instead of watching it. Bet y'all ran over real quick when you heard that.
There's supposed to be 2. I only have the one out. Did you guys buy them early?
We're not allowed to buy them early. I only have the one out.
He caught them on the camera that you guys are buying.
Yeah, you guys were checking them out earlier.
Yeah, at 4:50 we were allowed to. I had it in the system at 4:30. We only have the one Bear Club left.
Because we were told our associates weren't supposed to buy them.
Thank God I'm not in the service industry. We were told that associates weren't supposed to buy them. Whoa, really? Well, I was told there'd be a flat-footed, mouth-breathing in my line today. So, you want to order a coffee or do you want to keep talking about what we were told? I'm not a very nice person. I admit I do take a certain twisted pleasure in watching these employees get first dibs and all of these grown adults trying to make up reasons why, actually, that's not allowed.
I understand that. There's no reason. But like, if you're gonna be upset, I'm so sorry. But you gotta understand why.
I mean, what do you want her to do about it? I mean, seriously, what do you want her to do? The cup is sold, transaction's complete. I get it. I love to buy cute collectibles too, but it gets to a point. The point usually being where I start harassing someone over a cup.
She's shopping on Starbucks Club. She's shopping on Starbucks Club.
She's shopping on Starbucks' clock. She's shopping on Starbucks' clock. She's shopping all over Starbucks' clock. You see that clock? It's Starbucks and she's shopping all over it. You don't understand. I am obsessed with her. Okay, Starbucks is getting paid. Either way, why would they care if it's your money or somebody else's? Put on an apron and start steaming some milk. If you want to be employee of the year so bad, at least get minimum wage out of it. It's funny to me that the argument is about whether or not the employees should be allowed to buy cups before their shifts. Shouldn't we be asking why a multi-billion-dollar company's commitment to artificial scarcity is so extreme that a handful of staff just trying to enjoy one of the few perks of their job can completely clear a location out of all units before the doors even open? I mean, 2 to 3 cups per store is ridiculous. Starbucks has the ability to produce 10 times that, 100 times that. Management chose not to, but it's the people behind the counter that have to deal with that decision, that have to deal with the most under-medicated and over-medicated of society because of it. Let them have as many cups as they want. Damn. If I ran a coffee shop, I'd be balling out. I'd be giving all my employees cups. You want a bear cup? You get a bear cup. You get a bear cup. Everybody gets a bear cup because I'm absolutely balls deep in money. And why wouldn't I want to have a reputation as a company for balling out for my employees? Everything is so backwards and weird. Why aren't companies flexing anymore about how good they can take care of people? Like that's how it used to be. That's how you would compete in the job market. That's how it used to work. You can now find the glass Starbucks Barista Cold Cup being resold on eBay, costing up to hundreds of dollars. And there are even listings as high as thousands of dollars. Oh, this is just a cute bear cup I found online for like 20 bucks that just happens to look identical. When did I try to build a gingerbread house? Why do I feel kind of giggly and am like really craving a Taco Bell quesarito right now? Oh, that explains it. Little bastard spiked me again. I bet it was their cuck dad's idea. Face it, Todd. You'll never be able to please her like I can. Wait, what is this? Trigger a liberal family with the top 5 reasons Santa is a conservative.
Santa Claus is in fact a conservative. And here are my 5 reasons for knowing. So at number 5, the naughty and nice list. It's a clear giveaway. Santa actually punishes those who do bad things and rewards those who follow the rules and do good things. Liberals do the opposite. There are no handouts from Santa.
Hold on, y'all don't believe people should get things based on being good. You believe people should get things based on current market value. Also, isn't handing stuff out kind of Santa's whole thing?
You get coal for bad behavior if there's any coal left. And speaking of coal, at number 2.
Wait, what? Weren't we just at number 5?
Santa may be the one man keeping the coal industry alive right now, one stocking at a time. A liberal Santa would have swapped out coal for something lame like a rapid COVID test or something like that. So at number 3.
Wait, now we're on 3? Is counting part of the liberal agenda?
Number 2. Santa's a job creator.
What?
We know that your red pill family and friends can be tricky to buy for, but fear not, because Hillary Kennedy, she's the host of 4 Minute Buzz, she has a Christmas list that won't give a dime to corporations that hate you.
The definitive conservative Christmas list, am I high? Or are her eyebrows, and just her eyebrows, really upset at me for some reason?
I want to start off with family gifts. This is something the whole family can enjoy. A 1-year subscription to the UFC Fight Pass.
Sorry, kiddo. Santa couldn't bring the Barbie dream house this time, but he did bring us, UFC tickets. Oh, you can be anything. Get back to me when Barbie can beat a man within an inch of his life in front of his family and win a big shiny belt.
Okay, so then also American-made cryptocurrency is a good gift because crypto is blowing up, going to the moon.
I wonder why the Blaze Network, the Blaze, didn't make a video in this hilarious and engaging format for 2025. Is it because they maybe got everything on their list? I wonder how they feel about that.
Joe Biden toilet paper is so cheap. It's such a cheap joke, but it's still kind of funny.
James, why don't we ever play duos anymore? Wait, hold on. I'm gonna have to call you back, actually. I'm watching this hilarious Christmas movie right now. I think Sean Hannity is trying to save Christmas from woke. It's free on Tubi.
But now Mason's career has taken a turn for the worst after he was caught on camera waving a loaded weapon in public and shouting offensive, threatening statements.
May God bless America and may he protect our troops.
Oh my god, I can't believe he said that. Doesn't he know that here in America, no one likes funding the military or religion? It's definitely not like two of our favorite things.
One of the disgusting legacies of the fascist, patriarchal agenda pushed against us by that finely chiseled specimen of a male human, Mason Stone, is the brazen attempt to normalize force with a deadly weapon.
Is she reading off of a cue card right now? It literally looks like she's reading off a cue card right now, James.
We cannot sit by while lives are at stake. Now is the time to boycott Stone. We need to pass comprehensive legislation to get weapons of war out of the hands of violent anti-animal pigs!
Guys, that's literally me. That's literally me in one of my YouTube videos. She has the crooked septum piercing and everything. Oh my god, James, this is amazing. Did I tell you that it's free on Tubi?
Jingle Smell's secret identity is Nick Gutman, a Marine who was most recently deployed in Afghanistan. So not only is this man not a thief, as the big toy industrial complex tried to make him out to be, he's a warrior for standing up to cancel culture.
James, why doesn't Christmas feel the same as it used to? I'm scared, James. I just want to feel like I'm 12 years old again. James? Are you still there? James? I think Santa needs to eat an entire gingerbread house and then take a very long nap. Okay. This is a difficult Christmas for a lot of people, and that's not just because the blindfold of childhood naivety is slipping. Things are getting here, and that's a feature, not a bug. Scratch that, actually. It is a bug. Multiple bugs. Ticks, specifically. Fattened to the point of bursting, but still draining the life from their host until it collapses from blood loss or disease. They need to be scratched off. Ooh, anyone else feeling itchy? Look, you might be capitalism's heftiest hog in the free market. You might identify as conservative, trusting in the tide of supply and demand to regulate our economy. But that's not how things work anymore, if they ever did. We are all trapped in a game dictated by a select number of ultra-wealthy losers who were not hugged enough as children, who change the rules of the game every single time your little silver top hat makes its way around the hotel-stacked Monopoly board. Or the Heisenberg hat, if you're playing the Breaking Bad version. The only thing trickling down from them to you is their piss. So let's not stand around with our heads back and our mouths wide open. There are a lot of conversations happening online right now about boycotting, and there are some solid choices in this video. I would say that unfortunately most of those conversations are not very productive, so my advice would be ignore self-righteous strangers on the internet, pick a cause that you care about, and spend your money accordingly. Seriously, go to your browser right now and type out what to boycott for insert cause. People like to overuse the excuse there is no ethical consumption under capitalism, but the flip side of that statement is that there are very few unethical targets. There's an entire roster of evil for you to choose from, and organizations that can help you hit them where it hurts. If you want to boycott a company just because they did a crappy Black Friday sale, congratulations, activism! But boycotting will have to be paired with legislative change, because if companies continue to merge and disappear, there will be no choices left to make. Charities typically receive an influx of donations around this time of year, whether that's because of religious guilt, or tax write-off strategies, or secular guilt. But this year, I want to focus on what comes after Christmas. When you've emptied your bank account to keep the magic alive for your kids, when you've eaten all of the Christmas leftovers out of the fridge, when your neighbors start stripping the festive lights from their gutters and everyone returns to business as usual, when a very cold, gray January sets in. There is a donation link attached to this video for Feeding America. I was originally going to match it up to $10,000, but then I saw that Curtis Connor did the exact same thing on his Christmas video, so I'm now going to match it up to $20,000 because f*** you, Curtis. I'm Curtis Connor and I love giving money to people in need. Oh, I'm so nice. I'm from Canada. People are gonna think I'm being serious. Personally, I think the only thing I want to spend this Christmas is time with my family. so that I can fist fight them over political differences. That's a joke, of course, with my cannabis dependency overriding my capacity to care and their alcoholism rendering them unable to engage in combat. I can confidently say that the only honky harmed that day will be the Christmas roast goose. God bless us, everyone. Who even has goose for Christmas? Has this ever happened to you? Hey, can I talk to you for a second? Sure. What's up? My husband, he did this really mean thing to me. Oh wow, I'm sorry that happened to you. Yeah, well, I really appreciate you being vulnerable and sharing this with me, a complete stranger. It doesn't sound like he respects you very much, especially if he does this kind of thing all the time. Yeah, my ex was a lot like that. I'm out of that relationship now, and I'm so much happier. Excuse me? What? How dare you? I'm sorry. He is a great man and father and husband, and I would never leave him. No, I was just trying to... Oh my god, you are like so sensitive. It was obviously a joke. You can't know anything about our relationship based off of a 5-second conversation. Yeah, but you just said... Okay. So it's actually like none of your business, and I don't know why you're so obsessed with us. Get out of here, you freak. Can I get my coffee first? Come here, babe. What is happening? Oh yeah, that's hot. Hello? What's up, y'all? I'm back with some more lukewarm tea. Not lukewarm because it's uninteresting, but simply because, once again, I've left it out too long, so I gotta stick it back in the microwave. There's a very specific cycle I've been observing on TikTok for a while now, and it's really starting to annoy me. Really grind my goat, as they say. I've divided this cycle into 4 distinct stages because I'm like that. Stage 1, a woman will post a video of something her husband or fiance or boyfriend did. Stage 2, the video goes unexpectedly viral. Notice I put unexpectedly in very big air quotes because, I mean, she obviously wanted some people to see it, otherwise she would have written about it in her diary. If you want to complain about your husband and you don't care about other people's opinions, that's what a diary is for. But she didn't write it in her diary, she put it online, which means that now thousands of people are giving their opinions. Then we enter stage 3. The PR campaign. The original poster does a complete 180 and starts making excuses for her partner's behavior. At this point, comments kind of start disappearing, or maybe the entire comment section gets turned off. By stage 4, the relationship between the original poster and the audience has become actively hostile. She might start performing dramatic monologues. She might start rage baiting people, mocking them for their concern. This continues until everybody gets bored and moves on, or the account is deleted so the cycle can begin anew on another account. I've been watching this little bicycle spin round and round and round every week, faster and faster. All of us have, which has shoved a real stick in the spokes. One of the most recent examples of this was a woman who posted a video with the caption, "Day 5 of silence in this household because I bought my fiance an Xbox for Christmas. And this is what he got me." So let me get this straight. You're telling me that you bought your fiance an Xbox and then gave him 5 uninterrupted days to play said Xbox? Aw. You sure showed him. Penny for your thoughts, more like $14.99 for a last-minute Amazon Prime overnight delivery on Christmas Eve to not hear them. One of the top comments responded, "Let me guess, you didn't expect this to blow up, and he's actually a great man, and you're not gonna leave him, and we're weird, and in your business, and don't know your relationship off a 5-second video." I mean, Yes. Sure enough, she soon started posting follow-ups saying it was a joke, please unclench, and that she will not be silenced.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, crazy start to the new year. I didn't know that I would accidentally piss off the internet. Hi, so it's me, the Butter Dish Girl. I was gonna stay private and I was gonna let the haters get to me, but I decided, you know what, I'm not gonna do that. Because if I just lay low and stay silent, then that means that I let the haters win, and I'm not gonna do that.
Yep, those awful, awful haters. What did they do again? They told you that you deserved better after you told them that you were treated badly. God, how could they do such a thing? This has become so painfully predictable that comedy creators can make parodies indistinguishable from the originals by following the same basic formula.
This is my impersonation of a girl who has posted a heinously unbecoming video of her husband, and it is now going viral, and there's thousands of comments from people telling her that she needs to leave her husband because he hates her. I posted a video yesterday of me and my husband. First of all, it was a joke. I just want to start by saying that it was a joke.
Guys, I just had to hop on here real quick after the comments that I got on the last video that I posted. I did not expect that video to blow up like that and go viral. Like, I had no idea, so I wasn't expecting all of these comments.
So this is the birthday gift that I bought for my husband 2 months ago. Here it is, his precious car that he's literally wanted for years. He got a car, I got a remote. Happy birthday to me, guys.
Users have started playing bingo in the comment sections using the exact excuses that they know they'll hear because they've heard them so many times already. Complaining about your husband on TikTok has become a humiliation ritual, inviting a slew of memes ridiculing what is perceived as a self-imposed suffering. The message is clear. We don't care anymore. What is happening here, and why does it keep happening? Well, this seems like the perfect time for me to whip out my precious clutch of cringy couples content that I've been sitting on like a broody hen. Let's be haters for good. Together. But before we continue, I'd like to take a second to talk about today's sponsor, Laylo. If any of the women in this video do decide to leave their man, then Laylo has them covered this Valentine's Day with sales on their massive collection of toys and an additional 20% off if you use my stackable discount code FUNKY20. All Laylo products are made from ultra smooth, body safe silicone and are fully waterproof with options for singles, couples, thruples, quadruples. I don't know what y'all do in your free time. Laylo has something for every body type, like their best-selling Sona 3 Cruise or their F2S. If you want to get your partner involved, you can try out the Tiani 3's remote control capabilities. Look, here's the deal. Chocolates melt, flowers wilt. Neither of them are gonna make you. Click the link in my description to treat yourself and or your Valentine to a very special gift that will keep the romance alive all year round, and don't forget to use my stackable discount code FUNKY20 for an extra 20% off at checkout. Now, it's obvious that some of these videos are gonna be worse than others, and as everybody knows, you can't have a good YouTube video without a tier list. So, I think we can put Butter Dish Boy at A for asshole. Everybody's an asshole sometimes. This time just happened to be seen by millions of people. Oops, your fiance has been pimp-slapped by the monkey's paw of internet fame, but that doesn't have to define him. You know, he could still apologize, turn a new cheek. Here's another gift gone wrong. My husband just told me he hasn't started Christmas shopping for me yet, and Christmas is in 4 days. Don't feel too sorry for her, though.
You guys, that video was supposed to be funny. It got taken too seriously.
There are so many families where Christmas magic only exists because the women do all of the decorating, planning, cooking, childcare, and cleaning, while their husbands sign and dad on the finished product. I think a lot of us have holiday memories with pretty stark gender divides of men hanging out in the living room watching football and women scrambling in the kitchen to get everything ready. Of course you upset people. It's not about the gift, it's about feeling used and unappreciated during a time where we're supposed to be celebrating each other. And what kind of rage bait is that anyway? Haha, you felt bad for me because I misrepresented the situation I was in. Yeah, I did. What? I've had enough of you. You and your little husband are going to the A tier. Next we have, when you gave your boyfriend extra snacks to give you during your marathon and he eats them all. Honestly, probably a better idea to put this on Reels if you're gonna fish for sympathy like that, but once again, don't take the bait, because later she posted, "Me while the internet rages on about my marathon snacks almost a year ago." It's always the smugness that gets me. Oh my god, I can't believe you guys think that I have a bad boyfriend. Under the video I posted of my boyfriend doing a bad thing with the caption, "My boyfriend is bad, #bad boyfriend." You are the one who decided to post this without context, making him look like a villain who sabotaged you during an important moment you worked hard for. Why are you making fun of people for believing what you told them? I think we can put the snack snatcher at A. Up next, a woman answers the question, what do people mean by marriage is hard?
A simple request to not eat it all. I wanted to have some macaroni and cheese when I came home. This whole thing was full. I told him, don't eat it all. I opened this and I'm like, what the hell is this? And he was like, well, you said not to eat it all. And this is why marriage is hard.
Oh, no. This is why your marriage is hard. There are two options. Either your husband thinks that a fully grown adult woman can sustain herself off of 1.5 spoonfuls of food, or he cares about you so little that the thought of you going hungry doesn't bother him as he shovels the food you made down his throat. Even though, according to the description, if you made more food without sharing with him, it would be a problem. Whatever that means. Him leaving some is way worse than if he had scraped the container clean. If it had been empty, that could have just meant that he forgot. That's fine, that happens. But the fact that he left that tiny bit was malicious compliance, technically doing what you said, while still making sure your evening was ruined. I'll save you some time. No, he didn't apologize. No, she's not leaving him. And yes, her account has vanished. We'll put Mr. Machiavellian and cheese at A. Why are y'all's men resource guarding during mealtime like a bad dog? So many of these videos had to do with food, like this man throwing a fit because he couldn't get thirds.
There's nothing left.
Bruh.
You ate it all. Like, that's it. It's donezo. Over for the name.
Hey, Oliver Twist, why don't you start cooking for yourself if you always want some more? I'm putting you in A. It's normal for one person in the relationship to take on more of the kitchen duties, but the other person can help in small ways, like washing dishes or meal prepping. You don't have to have the gutters for Calvin Klein to, what's the most brain-dead task I can think of, hypothetically? Put beans in water?
Decided to ask my man, hey, can you please take out a pack of black beans and put them to soak in water? I just get home. Hours later.
I mean, does he also wait for stop signs to turn green? Is he able to tie his own shoelaces, or is he still rocking the Velcro? Is he potty trained? Is what I'm asking. Yeah, she deleted that video real fast. We're gonna put him in A. I think it's time we finally talk about something on this channel called weaponized incompetence. Now, I've purposefully avoided mentioning it in the past as much as possible because it's one of those TikTok terms that people who ate lunch with their high school English teacher and who think that a drunk cigarette counts as therapy like to spam in comment sections pretending to be a psychologist. Therapy language is a lot like salt. It's great, but if you start using too much of it, stop. Why are you doing that? Weaponized incompetence isn't just being bad at something. Forgetting about a red t-shirt in the washing machine and turning all the socks pink isn't weaponized incompetence. That's a mistake. Needing someone to show you how to load a dishwasher because no one's ever taught you before is not weaponized incompetence. That's learning. Weaponized incompetence is a person pretending to be unable to do a task or purposefully doing that task incorrectly so someone else has to do it instead. You could also just pretend to not see the task until your wife finally confronts you about it hours later on your super cute shared couples account.
Okay, this morning my husband made coffee and spilled the coffee grounds on the floor and I don't want him to hear me. Curious how long these coffee grounds will sit here.
You bring cat, if you bring something things to do, cat. You put him.
Maybe. Okay, it is now almost 11 o'clock at night. He has walked by this mess all day. And it still sits. Actually, it was funny because he walked by earlier when we got home and shut the blinds. So we pretty much had to step in it and there it still sits. I'm honestly curious, how long will he leave this sitting? I know I'll pick it up before he does, but I just think it's hilarious sometimes how men are, or maybe just my husband. Okay, it is 1 o'clock the next day, and the coffee grounds still sit, so I'm gonna see what my husband's excuse is. Hey babe, come here. Can you explain something to me? Those coffee grounds over there.
You got it?
Huh?
You got it. You swept the whole floor, you missed the spot.
I know.
You leaving that for me?
Yeah.
Mommy.
I was gonna get to it, I just haven't yet.
Pick up that broom before I shove it so far up your ass you defy gravity. It's time to trust your instincts. Close your eyes and sweep. Oh my God, why are you showing us this? These little moments might not seem like that big of a deal. They're still making couples content because, come on, it's just spilled coffee grounds.
But all you negative people that are leaving the negative comments, we're not gonna feed into that because we were happily married, we love each other, and she doesn't hate me. It was all a joke. It was a big joke. We were just making content. We were just having fun with it. We're trying to make relatable content.
We've been together for 15 years, and
she loves me.
I love him.
I get that jokes come in threes, but he's clearly done this kind of thing way more times than that if you knew to start recording. He may have literally spilled the beans, but you revealed to us that this is a pattern of behavior, and for that, I think he belongs in A. If you're continuously manipulating your wife and adding to her workload, these little moments start to add up like the piles of laundry you never help fold. If you only help out when she tells you exactly when, where, why, and how, you're still burdening her with the stress of managing you. The relationship starts to resemble that of a mother and child, which is a great way to make your gal drier than your favorite martini. Welcome back to Wife or Mommy. Today's contestant is Sandra Miller from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Hi, Sandra. Now, Sandra, you know the rules. I'm going to show you a post made by a real human male, and you are going to tell me if that post was about his wife or his mommy. If you answer correctly, you will win a cash prize of $50,000. Are you ready, Sandra?
Ready.
All right, here's your first question. This grown adult proudly posted his suitcase someone else had packed for him. Each individual outfit was separated by date and location with handwritten labels just in case he got confused about how to dress himself. Sandra, for $50,000, who packed that suitcase? Was it his wife or his mommy?
Okay, this is really hard. But I think I'm gonna have to go with mommy. Final answer.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sandra, but the answer we were looking for was wife. Let's try again. A young man films a woman preparing his meal. In the caption, he says that she cooks, cleans, makes his bed, but there's no way he's eating that salad. Sandra, for $500,000, is that his wife or his mommy?
Okay, well, I know that my little Braxton doesn't like to eat his greens either, so I'm gonna have to go with mommy. Final answer.
Sandra, are you nearsighted? It seems you're having trouble reading the writing on the wall.
Huh?
But I like you, Sandra. There's something about you that reminds me of a younger, less attractive, but more hopeful version of myself. I'm going to give you one last chance. This man posted a video talking about a woman cleaning his, quote, drawers if he were to, quote, poop emoji in them. Sandra, for $1 million, is this man talking about his wife or his mommy?
I'm sorry, I cannot believe that a grown man would expect his wife to clean feces out of his clothes. I'm sorry. Mommy, final answer?
Sandra, that is incorrect.
Oh my god! Now I'm never gonna pay off my student loans!
Jesus Christ, Sandra, pull yourself together. Join us next time for another exciting episode of Wife or Mommy! Sorry guys, that was just Freud rolling in his grave. So much funny relationship content that women post is about their husbands making their lives exponentially more difficult by pretending to be too stupid to do things that they clearly don't want to do. You're telling me you actually believe that your husband can't go to the grocery store without your help? You're telling me you actually believe that your husband can't clean the house without your help? You're telling me that much like when your Nana's little white dog looks up at you with its crusty eyes framed with yellowing fur, that when you make a skit about him, we're supposed to swallow our disgust, smile, and say, "Aw, isn't he cute?" I know this content isn't meant to make me feel depressed, but it does every time. I feel like I'm getting this brief glimpse into someone's bleak reality that they're using humor to cope with. I don't even like the man flu jokes, because what do you mean at their absolute lowest, feverish and exhausted, women are expected to continue being caretakers while men are allowed to rest based on some unverifiable claim that sickness hits them harder. Under this video are so many stories from wives whose partners or ex-partners treated their illness like a competition to avoid caring for them or the household. In sickness and health, more like in my sickness and your health. When my ex was sick, I never caught his colds, but when I'd get sick, he'd immediately get sick, and I, as sick as I was, had to manage logistics to keep us both comfortable. My ex did this so often that I eventually started making up symptoms to see if he'd say he was feeling the same. He did. Every single time. I had a bad stomach virus, vomiting every 45 minutes. The only position that didn't hurt was fetal on the bathroom floor. My hubs comes in. "Hey, have you taken out the trash yet today?" Yes. I had a urine infection a few weeks ago and he said he thought he had it too. I had a throat infection the other week and he said he thought his throat was bad too. Funnily enough, I had a cold a few months ago and never mentioned it. Not only did neither my partner or my kids notice I was sick, miraculously, no one else caught it too. Funny. The best way to keep your husband from getting sick is not to tell him when someone else in the family is sick. This is no crying, laughing emoji matter, ma'am. I'd like to think that a lot of weaponized incompetence can be fixed with a few honest conversations and genuine effort, but this is definitely getting into B territory. B for boy, I oughta. Along with, whatever this is.
No people doing my laundry right. No people doing my laundry right. Why is my shirt in the dryer pile? It's my favorite. Why is my good shirt in the dryer pile? My favorite.
The caption reads, "I make one mistake doing his laundry, and this is how I get woken up. Kick him. Kick him in the windpipe." There are many steps to posting a video on TikTok. You have to open the app, click the plus icon, start recording, stop recording, go to the editing screen, trim it up a little bit, cut those awkward pauses out of the beginning and the end. Then you gotta go to the posting screen, you have to choose the most relevant and eye-catching tags to get people's attention, such as FYP, laundry, husband, wife, laundry day, exciting stuff. You have all of those steps, and not once during that process did you think to yourself, maybe it's not a good idea to post my husband throwing a tantrum because I didn't clean his favorite shirt. I have a favorite shirt. I call this one the magnet. If I want to prowl around town wooing and wowing of various genders, I make sure that this is washed. Because I'm an adult.
Yes, Chris is my husband. We are very happily married. We're together 13 years. We're high school sweethearts. What you guys saw was a 10-second clip of him making a joke and something that the two of us found hysterical. Yes, Chris knows how to do his own laundry. I just prefer to do it. I actually enjoy doing laundry.
Yeah, that's about as convincing as the impression of a jawline your husband tried to make by lining his beard up with his earlobes.
I'm okay. He's doing great. We're gonna keep making couple content.
Oh, no, I think we're good. I think we've seen enough. We'll go ahead and put y'all in B. Perhaps the quintessential example of the horrible husband post and resulting cycle, this woman showed the lunch her husband packed her for work.
So I forgot my lunch today, and I asked my husband to bring me lunch. I just have a feeling this is gonna be really good. We have a bag. Not a Ziploc bag, but a bag.
Yeah, that's probably way too many cookies. Not a great start.
We have a bag of pretzels. Feels very empty.
Oh, there's an incredible invention called the chip clip. I would love to introduce you to.
We got an apple. Gotta stay healthy.
Okay, this is the closest thing to a lunch we've seen yet. An apple a day helps a queen slay, as they say. Okay, so we're just clearing out the bottom shelf of the pantry, I see.
Another bag of cookies.
Guys, we don't have to let our snacks go stale anymore. We have technology for that now.
And lastly, we have my 2-day-old Chipotle.
I'm glad you're laughing, girl. Ain't funny from here.
We have a bag of dog food because you're my dog. Oh, there's 2. Joy, please bring back the dogs are low on food.
So I'm assuming you're dating a 3rd grader, not only because of the level of the comedy, but because of the handwriting and incorrect spelling of you are my dog becomes U''RE my dog. I could see this prank being funny if he sent the dog food and then also a decent lunch, but you guys know the drill at this point.
He did not call me a D-O-G. Dog, D-O-G, like a dog that has a leash. He did not call me that. D-A-W-G, dog as in homie, American slang for homie. It's what we call each other. It's a joke. J-O-K-E. Love you guys, and I know you're already gonna hate me for even coming out with an explanation because it gives you a reason not to hate anymore.
Then she doubled down, then she tripled down, milking it for every curdled drop of moolah she could. Sometimes these women try to seize these opportunities to launch their social media careers, which who can blame them? It can kind of come across as sad, though, when they cling to these identities the internet gives them based on a time that their husband was mean. Like Butter Dish Girl, Lunchbox Girl, etc.
It's the Lunchbox Girl, Teacher She-Hulk.
Turns out the prank was partially her sister's idea. She lives with them and was alone with her husband when he packed the lunch.
Yes, I was with him when he packed that lunch. I was egging it on. I was like, yeah, do it, because our family is so full of humor. Half the viral videos that I have on my page are literally my family being so goofy and funny and sometimes even making fun of each other. Like, that's just how our family dynamic is. So yes, I was with him midday, helping him pack the lunch, and why that is because I live with them. Me and my son live with them. I didn't have any clients that day, and he didn't have class that day as a full-time nursing student. That being said, I was getting up for the day and she needed a lunch and he started packing it and was like, what should I pack it? And I said, this is what you should pack. And he just kind of went with it, and he even said, should I do this with the dog food? I said, absolutely.
I don't think we need to worry about haters online when there are clearly so many in the family tree. Another B. Once children and postpartum mothers start getting involved, it automatically starts moving down to a C for me. C for you can't be serious. I'm struggling with this, guys. I had this idea and then I couldn't come up with things for the letters. Like this husband who gave his baby a toy drum to play with at 7 a.m. to, I guess, punish mom for wanting one morning to sleep in. Man, that sucks. 3, 2, 1.
But the amount of people commenting saying that they've been abused in this way and that this was abuse and that I should leave my husband and all of this stuff, it at first was annoying, and then the longer it went on, the more sad that I got.
And here it is. That's pretty much how it feels every time. C, next.
Excited at least to go to the pumpkin patch?
Am I excited to go to the pumpkin patch? Oh, Jane, I'm so excited to go to the pumpkin patch. To spend 700% for a pumpkin that I could buy at the grocery store for $6. I'm gonna spend $45, then listen to the kids moan for 2 hours while we walk around.
We can at least make the best of it, though.
I'm making the best of it. My eyes are awake. I'm driving the car. We're with a family. Yay, family time.
They're somehow still uploading wholesome family content on their wholesome family account after this, because I guess everybody wants to see videos of the guy who swears at his wife in front of his kids when asked to spend quality time with them. See? It's basically become a joke that people on the internet will tell you to divorce your spouse over the tiniest mistakes. Sure. But maybe some of these women should follow that advice. Like, hey, it's actually really weird that your husband went on his hunting trip when your baby has been out of the womb for a shorter time than the bananas I bought have been sitting on my counter, and I can make banana bread. Your husband can't get that time back. Oh, and this is your first baby. And he also made his extremely pregnant wife do all the chores before the kid was born? Okay, yeah. D for divorce.
Okay, she's still asleep. We pulled that driveway and her eyes are still closed. No doors are opening. No doors are opening. No barking. We will eat our food in here. I don't care if we're in here for 2 hours or 3 days.
I'm not staying in here for 2 hours, but...
After what she's done to us for 4 days, she's finally asleep.
I get it.
No one's moving. Nobody breathes. Everyone sits still.
I will take her if she wakes up.
I swear. Unbuckle quieter.
No.
Let's just eat in here. It won't be that bad.
No, we're not eating in here.
It'll be like a picnic.
We don't have utensils. They didn't give us utensils.
Use your hands.
I cannot imagine distressing someone I love this much over such a simple request, especially if they just got done creating my child, a process I contributed so little to that it can be measured in a shot glass. You can literally hear the exhaustion in her voice as she pleads for him to just let her have a few minutes of peace and quiet.
I live here now.
Okay, have fun.
I love you. Hey! What about being happy?
You woke her up?
He slams the car door, not once, but twice, then blames her when the baby starts crying, just like she said would happen. This channel's all about mincing words, sauteing them, serving them up with a little bit of garnish. I'm not gonna do that right now. You just showed your husband abusing you. Just because you don't have a shiner to show for it doesn't change that. Anyways, here's her sassy little comeback.
The rats are absolutely going to hate this announcement. But the rats don't run this city. We do.
Damn, that's crazy. I can't believe it. D. Left my husband and kids for 4 days. This is how I came home to them. I'm sure this will be good. They came and dropped something off I forgot on day 2, and they also went to the store like this. My daughter in summer clothes when it's fall weather. My daughter's hair not brushed out and still the same way I did it when I left. My son's hair not done. Messy face. In his cousin's pants that are too small. My baby in PJs. Don't worry, it gets worse. The day I came home, my son's still in PJs and it's 5 p.m. My daughter's hair is still the same as when I did it. Remember, this is after 4 days. My baby's still in the same jammies and has booger nose. Well, I'm glad you're collecting evidence for a judge when you negotiate for full custody. That's why you're recording, right? My husband said I loved being home and neglecting them, with them, but I'm happy to go back to work. I can't believe you do this every day. Thank you. D. For divorce attorney. D. For divorce attorney. D. For divorce attorney. Like clockwork, she posted a follow-up explaining all the reasons why this was totally okay. And you know what? Maybe you take some kind of twisted pride in the fact that everything falls apart without you. Maybe it warms your heart when he says that he can't believe you do this every day, but by this he means dressing his own children, running a brush through their hair, and wiping filth off of their faces. That's pathetic. And I think deep down you know that. Maybe this is the only recognition that you get for being a stay-at-home mom, and you've decided it's all you deserve, but I think you deserve to have a partner who can be trusted to take care of your children. This is the terminal stage of weaponized incompetence. Fathers who don't bother to learn birthdays or allergies or how to do basic domestic responsibilities are not material for a hashtag relatable TikTok. They are an active danger to their children's quality of life the moment mom is unavailable. This goes in D. I've had enough. What do we do about this boysicle problem? From what I can tell, the response these women want is, OMG, men are such pigs. Anyways, girly, let's not do anything to better your situation, because that would mean having to confront some uncomfortable truths about the last several years of your life and get bottomless mimosas instead. I think this made more sense in a world where divorce was impossible, where the social repercussions of spinsterhood were more extreme, and where spousal abuse was more normalized. It was the tiny bit of retaliation, besides a little aqua tofana in the stew, that many women had, relating to each other's shared and unavoidable misery. But for many women in 2026, the response to, my husband sucks, isn't, LOL, mine too, anymore. It's, okay, then leave him. That's a good thing. A thing that generations of women fought to make a reality that many women still do not have, and many more will never have. We can't take it for granted. That's not to say the internet can't overreact. The internet can overreact. Like, hey guys, a man joking with his girlfriend after she put a little bit too much dip on her chip isn't a hostage situation. What the hell is appetizer theory? Why are y'all always theorizing about something? Can the scientific method wait until after dessert? For the most part, though, these women are getting pretty reasonable reactions based on the very sad confessions they're making.
My husband and I were getting ready for a party, and I asked him if there was anything that he thought that I looked good in. And he said, no, because recently you haven't been trying, so there really hasn't been anything that you've looked good in.
Like, okay, what do you want us to do about that? Publicly execute him? Am I allowed to bring my pitchfork or not? Why would you tell us all this and then just delete your socials afterwards? Stop posting your husbands like this. If he's a bad man who treats you badly, but you're not gonna do anything about it, you're wasting our time. If he's a good man that you randomly decided to put on blast to millions of people for an out-of-context mistake, that's really f***ed up. Why would you do that? These women profit equally, if not more so, from your annoyance as they do your sympathy. So unless they're asking for help or advice, don't bring balloons to their pity party. Assume they're rage baiting because there's a good chance they are.
I rage baited all of you.
It's no wonder that social media soft launching is becoming so chic, or that articles like Vogue's is having a boyfriend embarrassing now are starting to pop up. You should be proud to show off your partner. They shouldn't feel like a liability. But after seeing countless examples like the ones we just watched, it makes sense that a lot of women don't want to take the risk. There's a fundamental shift happening in the dynamics between men and women. Clinging to a man is not always necessary for survival anymore, and having a man is not always something that deserves to be celebrated. There has been a very scary mass backlash to that, but I think there's still reason to hope it's a sign that egalitarian relationships can become the norm. Oh, thank you, baby. Yes, hi.
You're home late.
Yeah, I was at In-N-Out.
Oh, something was going in and out all right.
What?
Are you sure you weren't with one of your mini lovers?
I have no idea what you are talking about.
Well, with the Pumpkin Eater Meter app, I found you on Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, Grindr, eHarmony, OkCupid, and Farmers Only. You're not even a farmer.
I may not raise crops, but I've done an excellent job raising our son.
Well, only a farmer will want to have a hoe like you around.
What? Oh!
Now get out or I'm calling the cops.
Some of us have probably felt it at some point in our lives. The sudden wave of nausea, the gentle ring in your ears, the icy trickle running down your spine and pooling in your fingertips. The feeling of having your worst fears and greatest insecurities yanked into the harsh light of reality. You've been cheated on. Whether you found out through a mumbled confession or a hey girly DM on Instagram, no matter which option presented by English rock band The Clash in 1982 you choose, your life is gonna look a little different now. For many, this feeling means a broken family, a canceled future, even concerns about their health, but for others, this feeling is an opportunity.
And you know how Dad's supposed to be on his work trip?
Yes.
Yeah, I just saw him walking down with a guy, and they were holding hands, and then they kissed.
Okay. Do you want me to come pick you up? Are you okay?
A local mother double phoning it as her traumatized child tattles on her father who's been up to some extracurricular boy kissing. Thank God we have boots on the ground to weigh in. She is never going to see him the same after see that. 3,000 eyes looking past the grammar. Wait, with a guy? 38,000 heteronormative head scratches. That's a mom that knew. 45,000 sage nods. Nothing gets past them. No kid should have to witness this. 111,000 fists pumping the air. That poor little girl! 182,000 pairs of legs standing for an ovation. The video itself has almost 800,000 likes, but wait, hold on. Sorry. It looks like I stopped a little too early. There's a few more seconds left. My bad.
You want me to come pick you up? Are you okay?
Oh, uh-oh. Is that an undisclosed ad for www.cheaterbuster.com on my For You page? It's more likely than you think. Turns out this was a mom that knew because, she wrote the script. But this is just the beginning, an appetizer for the sinful soap opera that Renee here directs, films, and acts in as the leading lady. Every single video on this account is about her marriage with Chase, and Chase has been a very busy boy, chasing every type of tail he can catch, living a life of hedonism that would make Bacchus himself blush as bright as his freshly plucked grapes. Hole's the only goal for Chase, his marriage vows before God, the well-being of his daughter. From what I can tell, nothing can stop this man. He makes sweet, sweet love to all the genders with seemingly limitless libido. No matter how many times Renee confronts him, it's like a Tom and Jerry episode if Tom and Jerry were married and Jerry was a It can be hard to follow the twists and turns of the lore if you're not a real fan like me, a real Renee Baker head, as we call ourselves. But don't worry, I'm here to guide you. But first, because on this channel I actually disclose my sponsorships, I'd like to take a second to talk about today's sponsor, Whatnot. Whatnot is a live stream shopping app where you can buy, sell, or auction basically anything. Something about me is that I'm obsessed with blind boxes. Here's me opening a blind box approximately 5 minutes after I'd regained consciousness from surgery. If you've watched my gaming channel live streams, you've probably seen all the stuff that I have behind my desk. I'm always on the lookout for toys, plushes, and whatnot to add to my collection. Oh my god, that's why it's called Whatnot. Makes it easy for me to shop for collectibles using their categories tab where I can filter live streams based off of popular brands. I can also use exact search terms if I want to find something more specific, like Sanrio or Chiikawa products. Oh, like this little gentleman who's dressed for a picnic. He's sold out now, because I bought him and he is mine.
Thank you so much, FrogBaiter. Ooh. Thank you so much for your purchase. Good deals today, FrogBaiter.
I love getting little hand towels for my bathroom, so I had to get some of those of my favorite characters. Okay, yeah, I kind of went crazy with the Hangudon stuff. Whoops, my bad. Use the QR code on screen or click the link in my description to get $15 off your first purchase anywhere on the app. That's over half off on a toy that's Sanrio and Chiikawa combined. Plus, if you follow my account at FrogBaiter, you'll be entered to win $1,000 of Whatnot credit. You could buy, like, 30 more plushes with that money. So sign up for Whatnot, give me a follow, and find out if you're the lucky winner 1 month from today. The oldest post that I can find on this account is from November 2025, but last time I checked, Renee had posted over 400 times. That's roughly 3 videos a day, every single day since she started, which means that Renee is much better at being a content creator than I am. She's got that grind set that I lack. Seamlessly segued advertisements for Cheater Buster are not only included in basically all of her videos, it's also pasted twice in her bio. There's a link tree too, which will take you to their seizure-inducing front page. Dating app search, face trace, phone search, name search, address search. Where are they? We have got to find them. This is definitely a legitimate business model. And not creepy at all. Like, dude, just be single at this point. Is that a controversial opinion? If you ever feel the need to use this type of service, chances are the relationship is already kind of over. The only legitimate reason I can think of to put yourself through this is if you need to collect evidence to file for divorce. There is such a thing as fault-based divorce if you're trying to negotiate alimony or custody. Maybe you have kids or a lot of assets. Otherwise, what's the point? If you don't find anything, you're gonna feel bad for going behind your partner's back, and if you do find anything, you're gonna feel bad because you were cheated on. It's all bad. It's a bad time. But with the help of her handy-dandy shadow sponsor, Renee is going full-on Nancy Drew and the secret of the old with millions tuning in for the mystery, including me. Let's review some of my favorite episodes, shall we? I taped his dating profile to our garage door and hid to see what happened.
Oh shit.
Me when I'm unexpectedly presented with evidence of my infidelity. Oh crap. Oh poop. The jig. It's up.
Hey, it's me. Hey, she just found my Tinder profile. We are gonna have to, cool it. I'm gonna delete your contact information from my phone for a little bit, but we're gonna have to lay low for a while.
Meanwhile, Renee is recording Renee, I want to suspend my disbelief. I want to immerse myself in this narrative you've woven, but you're making it so hard. Could you at least pretend to go behind a shelf or something? Does he not see you filming? I'm behind a shelf, so no. Oh. Okay.
I'm really scared to open this door. What are you doing?
What the hell? Oh shit! I can explain.
Oh, you have a lot.
What is Chase's boy toy, another Republican politician campaigning on family values? Why are you covering him up, Renee? I'm curious, Renee. Come on, give us a peek. Also, as somebody who posts sometimes, I get that 3 videos a day is a lot, but we couldn't come up with a few more full sentences before that sloppy cliffhanger, Renee? The critic score is gonna be brutal, Renee.
You and your husband were in here earlier and didn't complete your paperwork. We need you to come in and complete the paperwork.
I wasn't in there earlier.
Forget a side piece, Chase is going on side quests, and some of them are felonies, apparently. Even Christmas isn't safe from the drama.
You really think this is appropriate with all of my family here celebrating Christmas? That you would do this right here, right now, in front of everybody? That's the biggest pile of crap I've ever seen in my life.
On this day of all days, the birthday of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ? Now this young man's feet have been dusted with gingerbread crumbs? My family will never let me cut the Christmas ham again. How are we to spread Christmas cheer in these conditions? I know that the Kroger mini gingerbread house decoration kit is merely the canvas to announce your husband's affair, but Renee, is this really the best we can do? Is cheater even spelled right? I can't tell. It's not looking good. We gotta contact the props department about this. These budget cuts are really affecting the industry. Viewers at home might be wondering why in a lot of these videos it looks like the camera is conveniently angled to crop out the husband's face, and that's because this is not his face. His name also isn't Chase. It's Scott, I think. Actually, maybe it's David. there's been a lot of rewrites. From what I can tell, Renee sometimes uses these images of default white males courtesy of Cheater Buster, but this guy, whatever his name is the actual husband. Let's just stick with Chase, I guess. That Cheater Buster cheddar must be extra sharp for Chase to be willing to take so many L's and hypothetical D's for those checks. Otherwise, why would you tolerate so many people on the internet insulting you and your body for things that you never even did? 45? Hell no. He looks way older, like 60s. You can't leave him. He's 6 months pregnant. Good grief. Who'd want him? No matter how ugly, they still think they can do better. I mean, seriously, why else would you risk an employer seeing your wife post something like this?
Hey, Renee.
Hey, what's up? How's your work trip?
It's kind of been a sticky situation with the whole work trip thing. I must have gotten some food poisoning or something yesterday because, man, that flight was rough. I was not feeling well the entire time. I'm on my work trip, and I was hanging out with a friend, and, we were kind of messing around, and now I have his hand stuck to my junk, and we're at the ER.
Okay, Renee, I gotta dock points here. I'm sorry, but we've definitely jumped the shark on this one. The premise is that he has glued another man's hand to his junk, as he puts it, and they shimmied they shimmied out of the house. They had to go through the door sideways, and then they had to get in the car, and they had to drive to the ER, and then they're sitting in the ER with the hand and then his first thought is like, oh man, I gotta call my wife about this one. I can't wait to see the doctors to see if I can somehow extricate myself from this position. I gotta call the wife. I gotta let the wife know. Okay. I can't stop laughing. Oh my god. You'll notice he mentioned having food poisoning, and that's because in a previous episode, Renee secretly put 2 doses of Purelax in his coffee before he got on the plane. This is the other side of the fake cheating content. The revenge arc. Renee concocts all kinds of punishments for Chase, including but not limited to donating all of his clothes.
The heck? Where are all my clothes?
Standing him up on a fake date.
Are you sure you were meeting a trainer and not Melissa?
What are you talking about?
Well, I know that you were supposed to go meet up with Melissa because I'm Melissa.
Contacting apartment complexes with his number.
Why am I getting calls from apartment complexes? Do you know anything about this?
Yeah, I set those up.
Putting Nair in his shampoo.
My hair's gonna fall out? God, my head is so itchy. I must be having some sort of allergic reaction to the shampoo or something.
Draining his bank account.
What do you mean you took all the money out and shut the card? I'm sick. I need to get medicine. How am I supposed to get that?
Well, I'm sick of you cheating on me, so I guess we're even.
Signing him up for the Marines, selling his car, using his toothbrush to scrub the toilet. Wait, now his name is Aiden?
Where's Sparky? Where's my dog?
Oh, I sold him.
What? What do you mean you sold him? Where's my dog?
I found your active Tinder and Grindr and Bumble, and so I got rid of your dog.
Wait, okay, this one's actually really f***ed up. Renee! Oh my god! Why would you sell the dog, Renee? The dog didn't cheat on you? Don't make me side with Chase here, come on!
Don't even try to deny it.
Whatever.
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
It's like a Dark Souls death animation. Oh. Renee also claims to leave Chase over and over and over again, but there's always a Looney Tunes cartoon reset with everybody back in the same costumes they've worn since the pilot. This isn't the continuity error that upsets me the most, though. That has me tossing and turning through the night, soaked with sweat, like Chase tangled in the sheets with his secret flings. There is a recurring subplot of Renee being pregnant with twins. They definitely don't exist on November 28th because her daughter finds a pregnancy test that isn't hers. Turns out, big surprise, it's from a woman that Chase was getting it on with.
Mom, am I gonna be a big sister?
No.
But there's a pregnancy test in the bathroom.
Sweetie, I promise you, it's not mine. I would tell you if you were gonna be a big sister.
It's yours.
I promise you it's not mine. I'm sorry. I'm not pregnant.
Big sister.
I know you want to be a big sister. I'm sorry.
Then on December 5th, she is pregnant with the twins and not putting out enough for Chase.
It's like until you pop these twins out, lose some of that baby weight and stuff, there's no sex. There's nothing. I don't want to be near you. I don't want to touch you, but I want the freedom to do my thing.
But lo, a literal premature miracle on Christmas Eve, by December 24th, the twins are already somehow 12 weeks old. Renee, is Chase a vampire? Why did you get the Bella Swan gestation cycle? If a shirtless teen shows up, you gotta hide the twins. Especially if he starts talking about imprinting, it's time to lock those doors, honey. As you've probably noticed, Renee does have a daughter who, unlike the twins, is actually real. She's in a lot of these videos.
Okay, say that again, sweetie.
I need you to come home.
Why?
Because Dad's home early.
That's okay. You can hang out with your dad for a little bit.
No, I can't, Mom. He brought another man home, and I'm hiding in the closet, and I don't know what to do.
Cut, Renee, come here. You're killing me, girl. You're killing me. Find your motivation in this scene. Remember, you are a mother who has just found out that her husband has brought a strange man into your home with your daughter for a conjugal visit. Why is the kid carrying this scene right now? Put her ass in Juilliard.
I think it's that girl, Jessica, from his work.
What? He brought Jessica home with him?
Yeah, and they're upstairs in your room.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Look, I was meeting up with Elle, but I'll be right there. Can you try to get a picture?
You told your daughter to get a picture. You told your minor daughter to expose herself to two adults that were probably having sex? You can't even make yourself look like a good mom when it's a scenario that you made up? I think the daughter being casted as a character in these infidelity TikTok skits is, weird. I'm obviously censoring the child's face, but she is very young and she's being fed sexually suggestive lines about her own parents. And even if it's not exactly explicit, I still really don't like that. Like at all. Can you imagine what this little girl's life has been like for the last 5 months?
Sweetie? Hey, sweetie, Mommy needs your help making a TikTok where Daddy is cheating on me with 3 men in the back of our Honda Pilot while he was supposed to be picking you up from school. Sweetie, I need you to help Mommy make a TikTok about how Daddy craves the sweet, sweet love of big, strong, oiled up boys again, okay? Sweetie?
Maybe I shouldn't include that bit. Might give Renee some ideas. Clearly, the ink in the writer's room is running dry since we're doing so much recycling.
Hello?
Hi, is this Becky?
Yes, this is.
Oh, no way. That voice sounds familiar. We've definitely heard that voice before.
Hey, Becky, you don't know me. My name's Renee. Do you know a Chase?
Yes, I do. We've been dating for 6 months. And I'm hiding in the closet, and I don't know what to do.
Yeah, this is his wife.
His wife?
He never mentioned a wife and kids?
No, what?
There's a pregnancy test in the bathroom.
Yeah, I found his Tinder profile and just wanted to reach out.
I'm so sorry.
Yep. She had her daughter voice act for her husband's mistress character, who I'm assuming is her dad. Which is weird. I don't know, guys. I feel like it's weird. Was no one else on the call sheet available that day? Renee, we need to get you some friends, girl. What is going on? Guess we're really trying to pad out that Juilliard application because she also plays Renee's bestie, who got cheated on by Dylan. God damn, Dylan? Where's Dylan at? She's too young for Dylan anyway. Seriously, though. Her daughter is also involved in other kind of disturbing storylines, like her dad giving her stomach flu from a woman he was cheating with, her dad missing her surgery because he was cheating. Oh, and her dad letting a woman he was cheating with hit her?
He brings a girl over when I work my overnight shifts.
Yeah, and she hit me.
She hit you? Why did she hit you?
Because I wouldn't leave your guys' room.
Like, what the f is wrong with you?
What do you know what's wrong with me?
Get out! Get out of this house!
Did you think that faking child abuse was off the table? Please, we have an app to sell after all. I just can't imagine what would happen if kids from her school saw this. Or a teacher. I'd be worried if I was her teacher and this randomly popped up on my TikTok feed. While I've been really ragging on Renee here, she is just a really good case study for an absolute epidemic of this type of content. She is definitely not the only person doing this.
Card got declined at the store, dude. Is there no money on it?
That sounds like a Colton problem, not a Riley problem.
It's a family card.
Okay.
Okay, so why isn't there money on it?
Well, there is money on it, but your card I turned off.
Forget the cheating. Honey, that is not how you cut an onion. You are about to lose more than a French tip. Your whole finger is about to go into the French dip.
Knowing that you're taking women out on dates, why would I let you use my money to pay for your dates when I make more money than you?
And there's the super subtle plug. Really easy to miss if you don't have eyes.
Yeah, I'm trying to go somewhere and I'm trying to go out. Turn the card back on.
Well, I'm not turning the card back on.
Well, you need to.
I need to do a lot of things.
And you're over here worried about this.
And let's sprinkle in the implication of domestic violence. Why not? You know, for a little spice, this is Riley, who also has Cheater Buster linked directly in her bio, who also involves her children in her fake cheating husband videos.
Hey, what's up?
I just seen Colton.
Where?
At this restaurant. He's eating with some fat bitch.
At least now I know what to do with all of these Mother of the Year awards that have been taking up space in my garage. Wait, not again. Is this the same voice that we just heard in the previous video? So the guy that's voicing the son is also playing the dad?
Yeah, I'm trying to go somewhere and I'm trying to go out. Turn the card back on.
I just seen Colton.
I'm starting to think that nobody in these videos is actually related, and I'm just going insane. Who is she talking to? Is it this guy or someone else? I'm pretty sure this is the actual husband with their real-life daughter being used as a prop. She also gets her own voice acting credit.
Me and Dad, remember that you said we were gonna go to a hotel together? Well, I saw him with another girl.
You saw Dad with the girl at a hotel?
Yeah.
And you were there?
Yeah.
When was this?
She's so young, she can barely say the lines. We haven't even gotten to the birds and the bees, but we know that Dad's got more ladies to please? Why are we cutting so many onions? How many onions does this family eat? Why are we cutting them on the floor? These were definitely filmed in batches, which makes sense. Much like Renee's account, Riley has no videos older than late 2025 and has been posting constantly since then. Was there some kind of cheater buster deal that I missed? Come on, guys, I'm feeling left out. Marie, Cheater Buster in bio, started posting January 2026. She's a lot better of an actress than Renee or Riley, sobbing dramatically in front of the camera. Look at the mascara running down her face. Broadway, come get your girl. Sophie's oldest video is from December 2025. She actually doesn't have the Cheater Buster link in her bio, but she does have the telltale template in almost every post. Sophie tries to be more tactful, claiming that she made her account to help heal from being cheated on.
I had a very good idea how cruel the internet is, right? My motive behind posting this content is the fact that maybe it can help someone else. My motive behind posting this content is because there might be somebody else in the comments who may be going through the same thing that may not feel as bold enough to share what I'm sharing, and you guys are able to find solutions too.
Aw, how generous of her.
It is not a f***ing circus. It's not a show. This is real life.
What the f*** is wrong with you? He talked me into drinking, and I don't ever get the f*** out of my—
Right, this must be some new age healing process that I'm not familiar with. How about that video where you and your husband pretended that he drove you out into an open field in the middle of the night to try to murder you? Was that healing for you?
Get out and walk to the back of the car.
What?
Get out and walk to the back of the car.
I'm not getting out. This whole thing this is like a big field. I'm not getting out right now. Are you crazy?
Real girl boss move, making light of wives and mothers killed by family annihilators. Hope the views were worth it. Something else I've noticed is that the DL husband storyline is very popular, and the comment sections under these become at least lukewarm beds for homophobia. People fixate on the gender of the person that the husband cheats with if it's a man. Almost as if being gay is somehow worse than betraying your wife and family. Wait, did those symbols mean he's got some sugar in his tank? It's not funny. But I do love how we in the South just have a way of putting things. Seeking both men and women? Did it say he was seeking both men and women? Boys too? Just something to think about. Feel like I had to at least point it out. Most of these videos only get a few thousand likes, but when you're posting this often, statistically, you're going to strike gold eventually. Like Aurora here, who posted a video of her confronting her cheating dad that got 15 million views. That isn't the only video of hers that has broken 1 million either. This girl Anna has had similar success. Girl, why are you drinking water like that? What are you doing? I literally can't pay attention to anything else. Maybe this is why your husband cheated on you. Look at how many views Sarah Ann got. Over 53 million pretending to talk to the woman who tore her family apart. 53 million views! And she's lying! And it's obvious! And I'm going insane! For legal reasons, I can't actually technically prove that any of these people are lying, but you have common sense. I have common sense. Let's leave it at that. I really need you guys to understand the scope of this. There are so many women and men making the exact same videos.
You're literally holding our 6-week-old baby? No. I'm not trying to explain this right now. When the kids go to bed, sure. We'll talk later though. Not right now.
That's right. Men too. Men like Avery, who heart these types of comments. Damn, with a 6-week-old, stitches aren't even heels yet. 100 women versus accountability? Men like Yuji with, is your wifey secretly a thotty in his bio? Wholesome stuff. I scrolled for so long, and I just kept finding more. This is all that these accounts post every day, all day long. They've all randomly appeared in the past year, most within the past few months, and they get tons of views by turning people's trauma, insecurity, and bigotry into a side hustle. It needs to stop. But let's not forget who is ultimately behind this. The company that I can only assume has co-signed all of this deceptive and questionable content so that they can make $19.99 a pop. The company that has an entire multi-tier affiliate program to incentivize people to participate, starting by downloading pre-made videos. That's right, when you first join, you aren't uploading your own content, you're just re-uploading from their media library. I've been doing Cheater Buster UGC for about 2 months now. The videos you have to make are very easy. There's 3 tiers, I'm tier 3, where you post 3 vids a day on TikTok. I've made like 6K in the last 2 months off of it. It's actually a cheat code right now. Ha, cheat code, I get it. Hey Cheater Buster, do you know that undisclosed ads are extremely illegal? Do you know who else hates cheating? The Federal Trade Commission. According to them, you can be penalized up to $50,120, a strangely specific amount, per violation. That is, if you were hypothetically running undisclosed ads. Gosh, it'd be a shame if a ton of users went to the official Cheater Buster TikTok account and all of the accounts that they sponsor. It'd be a shame if they then were to report any videos they found that were in violation of the platform's paid promotion disclosure policy and left comments warning people that they were watching a paid promotion. Oh, I really hope nobody does that. Oh look, their official YouTube channel just started posting long-form content 5 months ago, around the same time that these TikTok accounts started really popping up. Probably a coincidence. I wonder if Logan Paul is aware that his likeness and brand is being used to get clicks, when the actual premise is using a Logan Paul impersonator to trick a man into thinking that he landed a deal with Prime while he gets baited by a brunette. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I also don't really like Logan Paul very much. The spokesperson for this channel is this giddy young man whose claim to fame seems to be someone else's car, recording a Zoom call with a child predator, and getting an endorsement from Ice Spice, which I feel like has, unfortunately, depreciated in value.
We will be catching cheaters and embarrassing them in real time. Keep in mind, we quite literally ruin relationships, so it gets pretty dangerous, starting with level 1.
Mr. Beast and his consequences. Look at those pale blue eyes, just absolutely brimming with joy at the thought of heartbreak and betrayal. Doing these takes must be so demoralizing. Alright bro, are you ready? Yeah? Okay.
What's up guys, today we're gonna be seeing if boy wanna do sexy time, get naked with sexy girl, not his girlfriend. Sexy time we will be watching with a sexy girl and boy having sexy time.
So should we do another take, or? There's only 2 other long-form videos. Let's see, 1,800 views in one day. I'm assuming that this is not the direction you were hoping things would go when you put YouTuber with a dream to make it big in your bio. You will notice that despite the low performance, they still have over 1.5 million subscribers, and that is because of their shorts. It's a lot easier to get subscribers from short-form content over long-form content, which is the reason that my first silver plaque is that big, and my second silver plaque is this big. Too many people were getting them, so they had to save on the whatever this is made out of. Am I mad that the platform that I dedicated years of my life to has restructured itself in a way that diminishes my accomplishments? Another previous collaborator with Cheater Buster is this guy named Carson Cox, known for influential work such as I took an OnlyFans model on a surf date. If you're putting ass and titties in your thumbnails and you still can't get views, I hope you've got a day job, and I mean that sincerely, brother. Carson Cox gives a powerful Easter Day message.
Just how Jesus was rebirthed on this very Sunday, you can be as well.
Kissing moms while blindfolded.
I don't know, man. I don't think Jesus died for that. By the way, all those street interviews you see where they walk up to a random couple and ask them to swap phones, Cheater Buster sponsors all of those too. No, seriously. Basically all of them. We mention rage bait a lot on this channel, but I feel like this particular kind deserves a second look. Putting the unethical advertising aspect of this aside for a moment, this fake cheating content not only poisons existing relationships between adults, but also the mentality of young people figuring out relationships for the first time. It normalizes cheating and makes it seem like everyone is constantly cheating on each other. It undermines kids' desires to pursue romantic relationships when they grow up, because if they're just gonna get cheated on, why bother? Why not preemptively protect your heart from disappointment and only engage in very surface level, low commitment hookups instead? Actually, why not just avoid any meaningful contact with the opposite gender at all? What could be safer? When this format is specifically used to paint all women as promiscuous and untrustworthy, it becomes the welcome mat of inceldom and red pill content. There's something really perverted about the point of view of these videos too, the voyeuristic eagerness to catch people in the act. It feels gross to watch, and there's so much of it. I can't prove that it's all fake. I've demonstrated motive, and I've shown some pretty glaringly obvious examples, but what I can tell you is that real or not, watching this stuff is bad for your brain. Yes, cheating happens.
And it sucks. Yes, finding a long-term monogamous relationship with somebody who is compatible with you is hard. Of course it is. If it wasn't, there wouldn't be so many books and songs and shows and movies about it. One thing that's not gonna help is sitting at home, obsessing over other people's cuck and revenge fantasies, 90% of which are probably completely made up to sell an app. It's gonna make you kind of an unapproachable loser, actually. TLDR, Cheater Buster, love is real, and you can find it if you go outside.
Yeah, guys, y'all go subscribe to Frog Baither. He is the best human being ever, and I really think y'all should go subscribe to him. Like, no doubt. Like, just look at that profile